and the God of all comfort, who encourages and strengthens us in all distress. Through thy Spirit, let our hearts grow in understanding each other. Today, I give unto you this Leadership Transformational Conference. Show your loving kindness to us, to our loved ones, and the YYCI family, global citizens. To the glory of your name, I give it to your hands. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. I believe Dr. Aika is in the building. Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Greetings.
Right. Greetings to you. Welcome back to India.
Thank you.
Right. Okay.
Hope you're feeling better.
Much better. Thank you so much. Now I'm going
Wonderful.
to introduce you, to hand over to you.
Okay.
Let me first of all welcome all our guests. Let me first of all welcome you all. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Professor Ambassador Dr. Augusta. Thank you so much, Dr. Via. Sorry if I can't pronounce the name properly. Thank you so much to everyone. It's a new day and we are together again. Yes, you can. Transformational Leadership Conference, June 2022. You are all looking great. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. If you're in the middle of the night, good night. We all here and you're all welcome. So I want to introduce to you our precious co-host of the day. So let me start with that. Ambassador Dr. Aika Mahajan, the founder and CEO of Chipaco International, academician, English expert, leadership in education, taught student of education at the university level. She's a psychotherapist, leadership, communication, and parenting coach. She writes columns for national dailies, the Times of India, the Industrial Times, and also for lifestyle magazines, Mary Kay, Gloria, Atelier, Wedding Vows, and so many, many. She is also a radio TV presenter and a talk show host. She's a Radio City, Radio Mission, Radio One, NDTV, count them all. And also, she is the international tarot reader with clients across the globe. She is an international speaker, host, and moderator. She shared 600 plus online events. Wow. And she's the recipient of national and international honors in education, leadership, communication, humanitarian, and as well as psychotherapist, masters of ceremony, digital influencer, and global speaker and host. So allow me this wonderful conference. Allow me all to invite our co-host and chairperson of YYCI Transformational Leadership Conference, Ambassador Dr. Aika Mahajan. You are welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dearest honorable Queen of Inspiration. Thank you for that. I'm so used to introducing everyone that it's rare and very precious to me as well when you introduced me. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. and to everyone present here. Greetings of peace, greetings of love, greetings of happiness, greetings of all the goodness that is there on planet Earth, and all you excellencies, leaders, ambassadors from all over the globe. It's so good to see all of you here today at Yes You Can International's Transformational Leadership Conference for the month of June 2022. And yes, we have an interesting theme, as we always do. And the theme is walking in love is to promote peace and unity, and all starts with individuals as leaders. Leaders who go the way, leaders who show the way, leaders who are unique, leaders who are unstoppable. So with that, cheers to all of you. Lovely to see your smiles. Let's begin the conference on a very positive note, on a smiling note. Thank you so much, Excellency Augusta. That was a wonderful, winsome smile. I just loved it. And this thing of yours, Victory, thank you. Greetings of peace to all of you and to everyone that I see on the screen who's smiling. So once again, a big, big welcome, a big, big, big welcome to Yes You Can International's Transformational Leadership Conference. And we are here to learn, we're here to share, we're here to grow, we're here to evolve, we're here to leap, we're here to, change our mindset and develop a more positive growth mindset. So with that, let me now introduce to you the host, the CEO, the director of Yes You Can International, and a woman who believed in her dreams, a woman who never gave up on her dreams, a woman who made her dreams a reality. And ladies and gentlemen, let me talk to you about our darling queen. Now, she is an award-winning, I'm talking of our very own, Her Excellency, Ambassador Dr. Professor Queen Elizabeth Lucas Effolelu. She is an award-winning author, entrepreneur, a BA in Business and Management, international inspirational speaker, a global advisor, youth, women, and relationship mindset mentor. And she is, like I said, the African Queen of Inspiration. She has been recognized for her contributions to humanity and community and has been awarded certificates of recognition by many honorary doctorates as well in different fields. Appointed national advisor, matron, president, director, ambassador, chairman of many organizations, locally as well as globally, she has been featured in national press such as Financial Herald, Fox News, ABC News, NBC News, Small Business, Transit, Trendsetter magazines, US Magazine, Victorious Life Magazine, Powerhouse Global Magazine, and local Hornchurch newspaper. She has become Secretary of the Year and Author of Greatness in UK, Light Bearer to African Women, founder of Elizabeth Creations, Time with Elizabeth Lucas, which is a radio inspirational show, host, and Yes You Can International. She is a very happily married woman, a mom, and a mother of two lovely children. And ladies and gentlemen, the best part is, it's not only digitally that I've met her, I've had the privilege of meeting her personally, and we had a fantastic, splendid, sparkling time together. And yes, it was fun. And trust me, the way she comes across on digitally, she comes across with that same honest freshness, like a breath of fresh air, even when you see her personally. And we had a fantastic time together. So I would like to invite our Honorable Queen of Inspiration for her opening remarks.
Dr. Elizabeth Lucas is a dynamic and motivation speaker. She is based in the United Kingdom. She is the founder and director of YYCI International. She has been invited to several international conferences to speak and lecture. She is an intelligent teacher, author, and she is a mentor to the younger generation. Please subscribe to YYCI TV on YouTube to watch her amazing videos. You will be glad you did.
This is just to let you know that there's nothing too difficult for you to do.
If we can change, then everything around us will change.
Without wisdom, you can't really create wealth. We're in the world of creativity. Good morning. I hope you can see me. Good morning. Let me see. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. It's a new day, a beautiful day that we are together, that God has created, and we are here to share together, learn together, grow together, and also make a difference in the world. You are all welcome, your beautiful faces, even your smiling. Thank you again, Professor Elizabeth, for smiling. Dr. Merville Carr for smiling. Thank you again. I really welcome you all for all the things we are going to do today. Trust me, we are not going to waste much time. Trust me, we are not staying here forever. Trust me, we are going to do sharp, sharp, sharp today. And I believe we are all ready. So before we move on, I just want to quickly share with you and acknowledge our leaders. But before then, let me just tell you quickly about Yes You Can International. Yes You Can International is about TIME for youth, youth leaders, and women all over the world. And we are here. What is TIME stand for? Because that is our blueprint. It's number one, transformation. So you can see the reason why we are doing transformational conference. We have inspiration. We are here to inspire, to motivate, to encourage our youth and our women to do something for their lives, to become, to achieve, and to let them know, and also to remind them that yes, they can. And also to mentor them both personally, one-to-one, or to mentor them as we go on, especially through our mindset and transformational masterclass, and also this conference. We also empowers them. Empowers can mean encouragement, can mean educating them, empowering them to do more than what they are doing, because I believe they have gifts in them and they can do more. If they are students, they can do more. If they are lawyers, law doctors, educators, they can also do more than what they are doing. So it is our duty to guide them, to nurture them, to mentor them, to be there for them and listen to them. So that is what Yes You Can International is all about. We transform lives, relationships, business development, personalities development. We also encourage our leaders. We bring our leaders together on this platform so that we can share and we can together share our wisdom, our knowledge to these young ones, because they've already become a leader, and some of them are already leader, and some of them are going to be leaders of tomorrow. So that is the reason why we have set up this transformational leadership conference. So as I go further, I want to introduce to you our leaders. We have my own very king, Dr. Femi Lucas, as our matron and global director. We also have our king, Honorable HRM, Professor Dr. King Onyeche Promise Obina, as also our patron. We also have our matrons also. We have our Queen, VGE Caroline, and we also have Queen Nadia Arihiri. So these are our leaders. So for today, we have so many leaders that are going to be sharing with us today. We have our own Yes You Can patrons, matrons, and chairperson. We also have our special guest of honor. We have all our speakers, and we have all our organizing team. So I want you to join me to say thank you to everyone that are going to speak to us today. They're going to share from their experience. They're going to share from their wisdom. So we appreciate you. Now I'm going to hand over to Dr. Aika to introduce. She knows how to do that well, but we're going to introduce my husband, my leader, my king, my strength, the king of my life, the one that is behind all this, what we do, because without him, I cannot. If he's not giving me permission, I will not be able to stand in front of you to do this program. So may I hand over to Dr. Aika. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was absolutely wonderful. And I love the way you talked about your king. I mean, you can still feel the love alive, the moment you mention his name, I can see the change in your tone as well as your face. So yes, that is what love does to us, my friends, excellencies. Love is empowering, and love gives a lot of confidence, just as it's given our queen of inspiration a lot of power and confidence. So with that, let me introduce to all of you our global director, patron of Yes You Can International, His Highness King Ambassador Dr. Femi Lucas Efolalu from the United Kingdom. He's an author, mentor, global leader, advisor, ancestral royal ambassador, Yes You Can International's global director, grand patron. He is the civil servant of the United Kingdom's government, entrepreneur, author of Wisdom Book, co-founder of Love, Relationship and Family. He is the king of love. He is the chief and elder of Efolalu's family of Ilave Ekiti from Nigeria, a strong man, greatest supporter to our African Queen of Inspiration, Director, CEO of Yes You Can International. He is, ladies and gentlemen, the giant wise man behind all her success. And he believes that love is the cause of unity in all things that are bright and beautiful, all things that are peaceful and serene. So, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, ambassadors, leaders, may I invite on our virtual stage of Yes You Can International's Transformational Leadership Conference, our very own, His Excellency, Ambassador Dr. Professor King Lucas Efolalu. Dearest King, the stage is yours.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Good day to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is another wonderful day, and we thank God for that. And I really appreciate everyone that is on platform this morning. And we thank God for your lives, because if not because of you, there's nothing we can do, because a tree cannot make forest. Once a tree cannot make forest, it means we need people to support us for whatever we are doing. Once that things relate to development, meaningful, and good things in our lives. It is a big privilege to stand before you. And I really thank God for that, because if not because of this, people that I see, people that I have known and all those things, I may not be able to see them or even knowing them. And I thank God for every individual. Not being that you don't have anything to do this morning, but you spare that time from your own time to make sure that you participate in this August inaugurations. And we thank you for everything that you are going to say and for everything that you are going to learn. But one thing I want you to understand is that whatever anyone says, make sure that you listen to it, and at the end of it, at least you will gain something. We have something to talk about. That this is for that conference of today. This is what I have gained, and I'm going to use them for the benefit of my life and for the benefit of the people that surrounds me. When my wife gave me this topic day before yesterday, I was saying, how can I, do this? But I have to sleep about it and think about it. And I said that, okay, let me relate how I understand in a wisdom way, in a way that God has given me the wisdom and the knowledge to speak to the life of other people. My topic is how can I love, unite the people, community, society, and nation. And when I was going through all these things, I could say that yes, nations starts from home, because it is people that come together, husband and wife, and God gave them children. When they have children, they are people and they are family. And from the family, they become a society. From the society, they become a state. From state, they become a country, and a country, they become a nation. But in that respect, it will be very, very difficult. If we not realize that, if there is no love, it will be very, very difficult to have to get that situation. Then I will just define love in a very brief definition, which means love is not about control. Love in life is not about control, but about yielding and humility. What do I mean by yielding? It's just like when if I have problems and I tell my neighbor or my wife, and he asked me, he said that, Mr. Lucas, that is good, but I'm going to help you out in this respect. It means that with his humility, he has yielded to me, and that is love. And true love is unconditional, very, very unconditional. You don't even think of anything. When you have love for somebody, you can go as far as you want to go once you have love, and that is unconditional love. There are some people, they say, well, I love you, I do that, I do that. But take for granted that you have a small infinitesimal problem. They won't even turn up. They won't even call you. If you call them, they will switch off their phone. That is not unconditional love. Unconditional love brings yielding and humility to everything that's sorry, to everything that someone does. As a result of that, and love starts within individual. Love starts from myself, because if I don't love myself, it will be very, very, very difficult to love anybody. But the moment I love myself, and I have the love of God in my life, I'll be able to extend that love to anybody that is around me, even in the family. Love starts within individual, in the sense that if you cannot love yourself, how can you love someone else? Therefore, love transcended from you and I, to the nation. And once that love transcends to the nation, things will be all right. As a result of that, for instance, when millions upon millions of people unite across the world with compassion, vision, and common sense, it will call upon divinity to reveal itself on earth. It's just like when, for example, if a family loves each other, the love that family have, that love will extend to their children, that love will extend to their grandchildren, that love will extend to their great-great-grandchildren. And in future, we don't know what those children is going to be. And wherever they go, because they will be learning, they have learned it from their parents that during time that they are living with their parents, their parents have really showed that love. And whatever length I go, I must show that love. And that is what love indicates. And once that love is in between, it can go abroad. It can go above everything. And love is very, very powerful. And that's the reason whatever we do, whatever action that we are taking, whatever proposal that we wanted to do, we must make sure that love is very, very important. For instance, yes, Commonwealth in the whole world, we only have probably 29 or 27 countries that come together. That is not love, because I believe that we are more than 29 or 27 nations in the world. What UN, that is United Nations, is love because it comprises every nations of the world, whereby if there's any problem in any nation, in any country, they are in position to do it. I'm not saying that Commonwealth is not doing that, but it does not, it does not prolong, it does not embroad that love like United Nations. Brothers and sisters, it is very, very important, because whatever you do in your closest will reveal one day, either you are doing good, either you are doing bad, either you love people, either you hate people, either you are planning good, either you are planning bad things. It will reveal one day. But as a result of this, I can only employ, I can't force anybody to love. But it is very, very important, because it is what man sows that is going to reap. That's the word of God. Because if you can, and in addition, you cannot give what you don't have. But I will tell you this, everyone on the surface of this earth have love, because God has given us that love. All we need to do is to work with it, to broaden it, to extend it, to give it to people that surround you. And that is how things will be working well. That is how everything will be all right. If there is love, for instance, the Russian and the Ukraine war, it's just a matter of coming together, settling it without any third person interfering. But because there's no love, and because everybody, especially the power people, they wanted to make sure that they have everything within their own jurisdiction, either it belongs to them or not, they will want to use that power. And that is not love. Power destroys, money destroys, and anxiety or whatever that not relates to the words of God destroy. But once you have that love conquers everything. Whatever you do, once you have love, you will even surprise that, wow, look at what I'm doing. And even people will be talking about you, that the love of God is in that family. The love of God is in that country. The love of God is in that nation. And that is how it should be. Why is love so important? Everyone should feel protected, love, and have compassion to each other. And this where family, society, resulting to nation. Why is it compulsory? Once there is love, there is protection. Once there is love, there is unity. Once there is love, there is progress. And that is the reason God is love, because the love of God is so wide, it's so broadened. And if we work in that area, definitely you will go far. Whatever religions you belong to, love is very, very important. I don't care how religious you are. I don't care how powerful, how much money you have. But if you don't have love, at the end of it, you won't gain anything. But the love you have will extend you, will help you to help other people, probably to help to have NGO, to do one thing or the other, to build an orphanage, even to have businesses to people, to employ people. And when you do all that thing, it's part of love. And there are some people, they have the money, but they don't want to do anything. They just want to keep it to themselves. And they don't know that, I'm telling everyone that once somebody closes this hand like this, that's the end of it. And when you are going, you are not taking anything, along. And I will tell you this, it is what you have done when you are on the surface of this earth that the people will be talking about you. And I will tell you this, if there are no good people there, outside there, try to be one. And when you are one, people will talk good of you. Brothers and sisters, I really appreciate you. And I will just give you this word of wisdom. It's very, very important. The word of wisdom says, if we make our goal to live a life of compassion, and unconditional love, then the world will indeed become a garden where all kinds of flowers can be bloom and glow and grow. I repeat it again. If we make our goal to live a life of compassion and unconditional love, then the world will indeed become a garden where all kinds of flowers can bloom and grow. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I really appreciate you. God bless every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dearest Queen, would you like to say something before I speak?
Oh, you can go on. I just want to say thank you very much, King Ambassador Lucas, for sharing with us a powerful message of love. And we will keep on working together, growing together, because without love, we cannot stay together and we cannot make peace. So I just want to appreciate your message to us today. Thank you, sir, and God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ambassador King Femi Lucas. That was very empowering, very inspirational, and very impressive indeed, what you were saying about love. As you were speaking, these lines by Anne Taylor came to my mind, that, one needs to love yourself enough to set boundaries, exactly like what you were telling us about self-love. Your time and energy are precious. You get to choose how you use it. You teach people how to treat you by deciding what you will and won't accept. So very powerfully said. And the last few lines that you repeated, I think that was the essence of your entire powerful message. And yes, the more we hear it, the more we would like to grab it, grasp it. And, you truly said that the more you give love, the more you get it. And you cannot just keep it closed. You cannot not do anything for others and just keep everything to yourself. It's always good to share what you have with others, and that too with a smile, because this way you are spreading love and you are also getting a lot of love in return. So thank you so much, dearest King. Amazing as always. Thank you. And thank you, dearest Queen, for the two of you giving those power-packed inspirational nuggets to us from time to time. Thank you so much. And now, with your permission, I would like to invite our very first speaker. Our very first speaker is the lovely, ever-smiling Professor Ambassador Dr. Augusta Elizabeth Koroma, Doctorate in Public Health Consultant, Entrepreneur, CEO of Sickle Cell Intervention, ASCC 4ER, Angel Foundation. And Excellency Augusta will be speaking on how to cultivate gratitude and empathy in everything that we do. Very important, attitudes of gratitude. So it's over to you, dearest Ambassador Augusta. A warm welcome and thank you for that very lovely, infectious smile.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Professor Ambassador Dr. Augusta Elizabeth coming to you here from the United Kingdom. It's wonderful, so pleasing, so welcoming to be here today. Can I share my screen? Is that possible, please? Oh, not possible. Is that possible for me to share my screen?
Dearest Queen, can Dr. Augusta share her screen, please?
If not,
you're muted actually, dearest Queen. You're muted. We cannot hear.
From your heart, because normally we don't
Yes.
use slides. Is it possible?
Yeah. Right, okay, because
but if not, if you, I can just only for one off, I'll do it. So you can share your slide quickly.
Right, okay, thank you so much for that.
Yes, I've made you the co-host. It's just the... Okay. We normally don't welcome slides because it waits time, but since you got it, it's all right.
Okay. I'll just speak from my heart, really. You know.
No, it's all right. If we are seeing it now, we are seeing your picture. Yes.
No, I'm just gonna go back to it because I can't actually find. Okay.
Okay.
Are you seeing it actually?
Yes, we can.
Okay, then. Right. You know, sorry about that, everyone. Yes, I'm here today to talk about how to cultivate gratitude and empathy in everything that we do. Right. Whether it's family, friends, health, or happiness, we all have a lot to be thankful to. Yet, thankfulness or gratitude is something that can be very difficult. It is something that you can turn on and like a faucet. It can be hard to bring, and about genuine gratitude, but many simple exercises can help. So what is gratitude? The word gratitude is derived from the Latin word gratia, which means grace, gracious, grateful, depending on the context, really. So in some ways, gratitude encompasses all of these meanings. Gratitude is a thankful appreciation for what an individual receives, whether tangible or intangible. With gratitude, people acknowledge the goodness in their lives. In the process, people usually recognize the source of that goodness that lies at least partially outside themselves. And what is empathy? Some of you will know what is empathy. Some of you might not know. Empathy is the ability to emotionally understand what others people feel, see things from their own point of view, and imagine yourself in that place. Essentially, it is putting yourself in someone else's position and feeling what they must be feeling. Isn't that wonderful? So today, how do you cultivate gratitude in empathy in what we do? First, I'll say, begin each day cultivating gratitude. It's so important. Some of these short activities, others like lifestyle choices, explore them, see which one you assist in bringing honest gratitude to in your life. Get inspired. We humans are social creatures. We make natural connections to other in our communities. You can cultivate gratitude by learning from the inspired story of someone else. Just like learning about our Queen's story, you know, it inspires me to do more. You know, just about, you know, learning about our host, you know, her story, you know, about even the speaker that's just spoken, you know, it just gets me so inspired by so many things. Inspiration may only come from nature or surroundings. So many artists venture to scenic locations for their inspiration to create it. Your gratitude is your creation. Seek inspiration for it. Live your own story. It's so important to live your own story. I'm living my own story because in order for you to live your own story, it has to come from the heart. In all that you do, you speak from the heart, you love from the heart, you do things from the heart. It's so wonderful. Grateful appreciation comes from within. Don't let the expectation or desires of others dictate your path for you. Make sure you are living your life and not the scripts of someone else's has written out for you. It's so important. If you deny the life you want to live, it will only foster feelings of resentment, disappointment. Think of the significant landmarks in your life. There are paths that you've got to take. Your story, not somebody else's story. Assume positive intent with others. Too often, we look for the failures of others and ignore the positive things in our lives. Try to reframe from the way you look at people. Instead of waiting for something negative to shape your opinions of the people around you, look for the good that people bring in your life. One way to help with this is to try to assume positive intent when interacting with others, especially loved ones. Think of helpful people. Thinking of people that have made a positive impact in your life is one of the simplest ways to practice gratitude. None of us got where we are with some help from others. So we need people, we need each other. Send quick messages, a text messages, just show your gratitude to somebody, just a quick message to say thank you. It's so important. Write a handwritten note, just to say thank you. Thank you for your help today. Send it in a post. I know sometimes we are, quite lazy, or send an email. Email is so important. It's so important to know all of these things. It's so important. Write, a handwritten thank you note. It's so important. Write and thank somebody mentally. Giving mental thanks can be useful. Sometimes the person you want to thank is not easy to contact, or they may have been passed away. Perhaps you have already expressed your appreciation in the past. None of this should stop you from expressing gratitude. Remind yourself mentally of the people you are thankful for. Keeping a gratitude journal. I personally love a gratitude journal. It makes me reflect on the things that needed in my life. A gratitude journal, it's so important to have. Logging in your appreciation is a beneficial trick. Making a habit of taking the time to write down things in a gratitude journal helps you mentally connect with the things that inspired gratitude in your life. Plus, you have previous entries. So look back over on days when you're feeling down. It's so important. All of these things are really important in sharing our gratitude. Like I've said, that you got to put all those things. Positive things, a simple yet tricks, combat stress, negative emotions. Focus on 5 things in your life that makes you feel good. Doing this will make you in a more positive mindset and reduce the anxiety you feel over the stuff you don't have. Show gratitude in everything that you do. It's so important to love ourselves, as our last speaker have just mentioned, that we need to love ourselves. We need to show gratitude in our emotions, in showing empathy in what we do. It's so important. And so today, I'm urging you all out there. So what are you grateful for? For me, I'll say, I'm even grateful for waking up this morning in good health. Are you? On the quest for success, most people tend to become immediately unhappy with their current situation, and they don't tend to focus on their failures rather than being positive and confident. Remember, it's just being positive and confident. Remember, it's just a temporary situation. I know it's very difficult to focus on positive things when we are in such a challenging circumstances. Have you ever find yourself in a challenging circumstances that you stress yourself? Emotions are very powerful. Have you learned to show yourself empathy? Yes, you can show yourself empathy in life. In order for you to show empathy to others, learn to show empathy to yourself. That's a trick. And that's my best bit that I have found in life. I show empathy to myself before I show it to others. That way you have mastered it all. At the early onset of my 20s and even in my 30s, I was very quick to change my emotions when things go wrong. Nevertheless, I have learned to take full ownership of my emotions to a more sustainable one and to be very confident with faith in my thoughts. Being in a grateful state gives you deeper meaning and value to everything that occurs in your life. I'm elated, grateful for the many accolades that I have received in life. I'm elated for the many awards that have been recognized in life. Furthermore, gratitude leads you to a general, happier disposition, which impacts the way you perform. Your emotions on what goes around you can be challenging sometimes and later cause you in a mental state stemming to a current area of the mind, which robust anxiety levels of depression. Some of us might have come across the hierarchy of needs by Maslow. He actually mentioned about self-actualization and fulfillment. Somewhat I'm trying to say here, Maslow described the motivation of people who go beyond the scope of the normal needs and strive for constant improvement. However, how can we achieve such improvement if we are not grateful for the little things in life? We are constantly patting up our backs with daunting emotions that will lead us to a drainage system. The truth, my sisters and brothers here, something I feel so bogged down by emotions, and I have to remind myself that they are not mine. I pick them up from outside sources. Sometimes it takes me too long to recognize this, but I eventually get it and down, these illegal attached energies. The only position you will never lose, you guys, is knowledge. If you keep investing in it. Nevertheless, I am grateful for God, for wisdom, for understanding. Achievable books I've written. I will continue to invest more on such goals. Therefore, gratitude increases your chance to succeed as you strive to become better at what you do. As Oprah Winfrey put it, be thankful for what you have. You end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never have enough. Can we go back to the Ubuntu doctrine and be grateful for everything in our lives? This month of June, think of something in your life that you'd like to surround yourself with love, gratitude, encouragement, shower with praise, and thank you. There are things that I have failed on doing, but I didn't dwell on them as I simply picked up myself in a reflecting mode as it's learning curve for me. I am ever so grateful for the experience along the way, not forgetting the challenges that comes my way. God is the one deserving all my gratitude because of the grace, mercy He's freely giving to those who do not deserve it. Have you read the story in the Bible of the 10 lepers? One of them that came back to show gratitude. The 10 men with leprosy, which Christ healed of their diseases. But only one came back to say thank you. It's in Luke 17, 11, 19. Isn't that something to reflect on gratitude? Gratitude and joy are super magnets for more blessings. To many, life is magnifying, duplicating, and glass. Whatever part of your life that you choose to focus on, will get you more of that point. And so today I'm rounding up to say that the blessings of God will come with gratitude in all directions. I want to thank you all for listening to me today and be grateful. Get ready to get more blessings. That's your choice. Thank you so much, everyone.
Incredible, wonderful. And you know, this was Professor Dr. Augusta. This was actually a topic so close to my heart, especially when you said the line that, you know, we need to be thankful for the little mercies that are there in life. And if we can be grateful for the little things that we have, more blessings will come our way. And you said self-empathy, another powerful thing. And I loved the fact that you also mentioned about Maslow's hierarchy needs, because yes, you know, it all depends on us eventually. And it also depends on the kind of passion we have. And it also depends to a large extent, you know, if we are thankful for each and every person in our life, for each and every little thing in our life, you know, automatically the good happens to us. The positive happens to us. We spread smiles. We are happy from within. We are more confident. We feel good. We look good. That is the power of gratitude and empathy. Very beautifully put, very powerfully put. I'm sure our dearest queen of inspiration would also like to add something to what I've shared. So yes, dearest queen, it's over to you.
Really, what can I say? She's already said all the things that I can say, because she is also my namesake. So we rub hearts together, and both of us are here in United Kingdom. Powerful Elizabeths. So I just want to say thank you so much. I believe that this is your first time of joining us or to speak, and I believe that this will not be the last one, because we want all your wisdoms, all your inspirations. And I want to say thank you, even though you were about to move, because to leave us, because you have to go for an occasion. But we still appreciate your time. We appreciate all the things you've shared with us, and we are going to be transformed with your message today. So thank you so much. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So once again, a big thank you, Professor Dr. Augusta. Marvelous. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. And thank you for reminding us to, you know, have that gratitude journal with us, because that really helps and that really makes us reflect. It actually does, believe me, and I believe you. And thanks for reminding all of us. Thank you, thank you.
And thank you for your smile. You can see that it resonates with us, we Elizabeth.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Keep smiling and keep shining. Thank you so much.
All right, so with those smiling and shiny messages, let's move on, and let me now invite our dearest matron, the matron of Yes You Can International, Global Director, Her Royal Highness Queen Nadia Harihiri, who is the CEO of Success World One, Ambassador at Large for IHRC, Pro-Chancellor at RCST. She is on a mission to ensure that there is education for all, there is gender equality, that children get education and love, that peace, world peace and love reigns supreme. So she is busy working towards her mission 24/7. Our very own, Her Royal Highness Queen Nadia Harihiri. A big welcome, dearest Queen Sister.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for welcoming me today. Hi, greetings from France. I am in France. And thanks to my Queen sister for the great work she's doing. It's just a blessing, honor, and a big pride to be the matron of Yes You Can International, because Yes You Can International is teaching the world inspiring the world and transforming the world. This is very interesting. And she will always have my support with her. So sorry for joining late because I had some problem with my connection, but I was listening to our sister, Dr. Augusta Elizabeth. She's just amazing. She's also working with us in Success Worldwide. I want to salute also all the people who are here today. And I was listening about the gratitude. It was really, really inspiring and very interesting. Thank you very much for that. Gratitude is never going without forgiveness. And forgiveness is never going without love. And love is never going without faith. So everything is linked with one another. You're not being grateful to life if you are not recognizing that you are life. You cannot appreciate what you have and appreciate people if you don't appreciate yourself first. Everything is a question of perception. Where are you placing yourself in this environment? Where are you? From that moment, you will just have this perception of forgiveness, gratitude, and all that. And you are in the center. Because when you are in the center, you can have a vision, a perception of 360 degrees of all what is surrounding you. Only this perception, this vision can really give you the authority, the gift to change not only your life, but change the life of the others. And this is what my queen sister is doing. She is not only changing her life, her perception or her vision, she's also impacting the life of everyone by teaching Yes, You Can International. She is teaching everyone that everyone is capable to do it. Yes, everyone is capable to love. Everyone is capable to forgive. Everyone is capable to show and express its gratitude. Everyone is capable to have faith. Everyone is capable to live at peace. Yes, we are capable to live all together. This is what she is teaching. And this is why I'll be always here to support her, because I believe in her vision. I believe in her. And I believe that she has a big mission to impact the youth, not only the youth, but all humanity. And it is my pride to be called the matron of Yes, You Can International. Yes, You Can International is my family. And I can recognize a lot of my family. I cannot see everything because I think I need my glasses, but I can perceive the picture of our Pastor Nelson, our sister. Pastor Nelson, I have recognized you. So, and my also queen sister, Alka, she knows that I am also a fan of her, and all these people, my darling brother and King Femi, I really appreciate all of you. I don't know what to say today because I am just here as a matron and to just salute you and love and kiss to everyone. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and know that I am here always with you. And congratulations to my wonderful family, the couple, Dr. Lucas and my queen sister. I love you, Queen Elizabeth, and my king, Femi. Love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm surprised that you said that you don't have anything to say, because you're always full of words, because it flows through. And I want to believe that because you are still in the mood of celebration. So I want every one of us to join hands and to say happy 2nd anniversary of Success World, because Queen Nadia is the founder and CEO of Success World organization, Success World One organization, and we are part of it. So let us just wish her, because I know she's still celebrating her 2nd year anniversary. So that is why she can't speak too long today, or even stay too long today.
And I am preparing my trip for Africa. So next week I'm flying to Africa. So I have crazy life. But I said I will never miss this opportunity to support my queen sister. And this is why I am here today. To
And
also family.
Can I also comment that you look sweet 16? What is your secret? I will not let that one pass by. I've got to comment on that. You look sweet 16. What is your secret? Anyway, I will talk to you later about that, so I can get all your secrets and I can also apply. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now over to you, Dr. Aika. Thank you so much for joining us.
So with that, a big congratulations to you, dearest Queen Sister Nadia. And congratulations on the 2nd anniversary of Success World 1. Wow, way to go. And I just loved, though you spoke less today, but whatever you spoke, each and every word, rang a chord, struck a chord, especially what you said about perception. So every individual has a perception, and the way their perception is, they perceive everything around them. So it all depends on that. And the more positive one is, the more positive one will be towards everything and everyone around them. So wow is what I can say. As always, that soothing nightingale voice. I'm sure, many of us have gotten floored by that. So thank you so much. And yes, you are and always look lovely, as Queen Elizabeth very rightly said. So thank you so much, and more power to you, and happy journey, happy traveling, and safe travels. That's important. Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, let me invite our very next speaker, all the way from Macedonia. We have with us Dr. Dragan Jovanov Skopce, and he is an academician, an educator, a speaker, a lecturer, an inventor, scientist, researcher, social worker, author, phytotherapeutist, phytonutritionist, agroecologist, natural health coach. My, what words were they? And yes, he is a wonderful human being. And I think this short bio does not really give full justice to all the things that he does. But yes, to start with, this is what he generally does. He's focused on mental wellness, on nutrition, on health, and he makes sure that everyone, that holistic wellness reigns supreme. So a huge and hearty welcome to you, Dr. Dragan, and it's good to see you after a long time and to be actually introducing you on the virtual platform. So a big congratulations, a big welcome, and let's hear it from you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alka. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be part for this World Conference today. Thank you very much for inviting me, Professor Dr. Elizabeth Lucas. You are an amazing person. Thank you for all. My topic today is how to control our emotions. Emotions attack us every day, and we do not always know how to accept or control them, so they can something hurt us. That is who today we work a lot with emotion management, because it's a great resource that help us to have greater emotional intelligence and to live more peacefully with ourselves and this around us. Here are some emotion management tips that can help you day in and day out. Emotions are a good thing if we know how to recognize and accept them and as they arrive. They help us to express ourselves, to communicate with others, and to overcome bad times. A few tips: make a diary of emotions, accept your way of being, think positively, maintain balance, peace, empathy, practice empathy, make a diary of emotions. What you can do is put everything on paper. Writing help you as many times to sort our ideas so that the same thing happens with emotions. You can make a diary of emotions in order to find out what is happening to you at any time. When you read the diary careful during the day, you can recognize the patterns of behavior and emotions that you have at certain times, something that will help you get to know each other much better. It's simple. You just need to buy a notebook and write in it when you see it needed. Expressing how you feel, the difference between anxiety and fear. Accept your way of being. Everyone has their one way of being what you want. But this is important to know that no one is perfect, and that every person has good and bad things. We must also be aware that we can always be a better version of ourselves. So improvement is something we must do. But accepting our nature and our way of being, if you accept how we are and how we feel, it will be much easier for us to recognize and control our emotions. Think positive, negative emotions. Positive, negative emotions are the ones that affect us the most. It is easy to fall into the trap of negative thoughts and emotion at certain times, but it can really affect us a lot. This affect our feelings and all times. Therefore, which negative thoughts attack you, try to change them and always think positively. Maintain balance. To maintain our emotional balance, we need to have a life that help us. It is important to have daily motivations that help us feel good. To look for new challenges. It is also necessary to stay active and lead a healthy life, because these healthy people are more positively and have better emotions. Exercise help us not to focus on problems, to think more clearly, positively, and to avoid negative thoughts. Fighting depression and anxiety, which are great enemies of our body and lead us to negative emotions. A balanced and healthy life is always a great help to control our emotions and to feel at peace with ourselves. Practice empathy. It is important not only to know how to recognize our emotions, but also those of other, because our regulated by external events and by how we do not communicate with other people. That is why it is important to practice empathy, and that is to put ourselves in the place of others, to understand how they feel. In this way, we will be more aware of our one and other people's emotions and how to manage and improve our relationship with the environment. Thank you very much. Greetings from Macedonia.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dragon. It was wonderful listening to you. Yes, you are right that, if a person is positive, then, everything, and he or she looks after himself well, like you talked about exercise, you talked about certain positive traits. I think it's just a matter of being disciplined about certain things in our life. I mean, if we just let go or if we procrastinate, then, somehow we're not able to, actually get into that fit form. And if we really need to feel positive, it's just about that little discipline that you're talking about. So smiling, so empathy, compassion, looking after what we're eating, what kind of foods we're putting inside our body, exercising a bit, which is very important, but some of us just let it go. So, it's so important to be disciplined about our life. And thank you so much for insisting on that, because if a person knows how to discipline one's life, we are more in control of managing our emotions, as you very beautifully put. So we can manage our emotions if we manage our life with a lot of discipline. So thank you so much for reminding.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. And dearest Queen, would you like to add in something?
I just want to say thank you so much for for joining us, for also accepting our invitation. I could have loved you to stay longer and also to stay till we call you, but because I understand you want to go somewhere else, but that is fine. In case of next time, we will just need to get your right time before you speak. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
We
you
really
very much.
appreciate your time for sharing with us.
Thank you
And
very
have
much.
a wonderful day today. God bless
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Aika, is it possible? I don't know if he's still here. Dr. Vishnu, are you here, sir? Dr. Vishnu? Because he's just
Sister Elizabeth,
about to
I'm
respond to an emergency, but I don't know if he's. Are you still here, sir?
I'm leaving. Just want to know, excuse,
Yes. Can
request an
you?
excuse to all the members, as I have to attend. I have to assist
I know.
surgeon
I
for
know.
the
If you can
surgery.
just quickly share with us now, before you
Yeah,
go quickly, please.
sure,
Dr. Aika, I'm so sorry. I have
No,
to.
perfect.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, sir, please, can you speak? And after that, we can call also Dr. Mavni Kaur, because they're working together and they have to attend to an emergency, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Elizabeth, and all the dignitaries for giving me the opportunity. My today's subject is how to cultivate gratitude and empathy in your daily life. I think most of the points have been covered by earlier Ambassador Elizabeth, but cultivating gratitude and empathy are two of the most important habits you can develop to live a more fulfilled and happy life. I'm not going into deep because I don't have time as such. So how to cultivate these things? There are a couple of things which we can, in a day to day, we can make changes and we can do things. Like be kind to others. It costs nothing to have a kindness in your heart. So do some random acts whenever possible, maybe daily one random act, and it comes to 365 random acts of kindness. So develop a habit of making a random acts once in a while. Second most important thing is meditate on what you are grateful of. Self belief and self love is the most important thing you can achieve. So meditate, retrospect on what you have and what are you grateful of. With that, you develop no cultivating gratitude within yourself. Then take 15 to 30 minutes of each day to sit in a silence and reflect on your life. who am I? What are the things in my life that I am grateful of? Yeah, it may be difficult to come up with anything or any solution at the first stroke, but over a period of time and no continuous training, you may be developing no gratitude within your life. So be grateful always, because there are like I said earlier also, I always say that I'm just competing with an earthworm, because earthworm knows it has only life for 24 hours, but still it know before dying it manures the earth and goes. We human beings know almost there are nearly 8 million species in this world, in which scientists have discovered only 1 million species. And this 8 billion people think that earth is their own home. Please don't do that. We have to coexist with other animals and other species also. So be responsible, be genuine in your efforts in what you are doing. And third most thing, this is the most thing, when you want to empathy and gratitude in your life, is take up something interesting, volunteering work, something at least no gardening somewhere nearby your colony or something. Take up some volunteering work and do rigorously on a day-to-day basis, at least half an hour to 1 hour. It will give you peace, believe me. And take care of yourself physically and emotionally. Once you are both emotionally and physically strong, your gratitude, your empathy, your love, your kindness, everything will fall into place. First, be straight, be physically and emotionally strong enough to guide people, other people also, not only yourself. And do always know, sometimes what happens is people are waiting for us. People are there, no, lot of people, billions of people are waiting. Somebody has to hear them. Go to them. Someone may you sitting next to you may need some advice or some help. Talk to them. Go out. Have open arms, open mind. Please spread love. That's why only you can know, have your empathy and gratitude in your daily life. Have a random act of kindness per day, at least one kind act you do, and you see, believe me, you will change your life for the good. So I'm just concluding. Please thanking Elizabeth, no, Sister Elizabeth, for giving me opportunity. I could have talked more, but since I have to go, no, it's an emergency. Thank you, Sister Elizabeth, and other members also.
Thank you so much, my brother. We really appreciate your time. I know you need to quickly rush to that emergency. I hope it's not so serious, and I pray that no life is lost, and I believe that God's
No,
in
it's
God
not.
will
It's not that serious,
desperate.
but
Okay.
I have to assist him.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine. We'll keep praying about that.
yeah,
Everything. We will all be saved by God's grace.
yeah.
So, permit me also, Ambassador Nu, to quickly call on Dr. Maviko because they work together. I know this is your duty. If you want to do it, that's fine, but I'm so sorry that I have to quickly call them. So, Dr. Maviko. Are you still here with us, Dr. Mavniko? Or maybe she's gone already. Right. Okay. Without Dr. Mavniko, is she still with us? Because I know she was with us before.
She is there. She's there.
Yes. Doctor, yeah.
There
Thank
she
you.
is.
Thank you so much. I know you're in a rush to go, but we still want to hear from you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Akash, can you?
Yes, Dr. Maviko, it's your turn.
Uh, Good afternoon, Your Excellency, Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas, and my very esteemed team members of Yes, We Can. Um, Today, I show my gratitude to all of you for being present here to mark another day of various different subjects uh, touching the social nakunas and the social work. So the root cause, my topic today is like eradication of uh, the abuse and to protect people from violence. So my subject as working for the as the ambassador of child welfare for Yes We Can. So today I wanted to say and touch a few lines here. I am basically a field worker and I do a lot of social work, and I'm touched by the lives of children living in the urban slums, children who are child labor, and children who are working living in the rural areas, in the remote areas, the militancy affected children. So what we have observed that the root cause is the unauthorized communal education centers run by the fanatics who are against the very existence of humanity and hence needs a treatment at the root to be able to produce the right kind of human beings with compassion. First of all, we have to, draw a straight line and mark where the fault lies in the society. We all need to promote the humanitarian values which encourage respect for other human beings and a willingness to work together to find solutions to the problems. So we need right now, as the need of the hour is, to all of us to be such problems. So India's, what we have seen, we've also worked for the Global Child Protection Bill for the UN, and Her Excellency Dr. Queen Elizabeth was also a member of it. So working on those for India, what I say, Indian's legal stance on child abuse, the POSCO Act started in 2012, which was too late to start in India. So, but still, it has come into limelight. We have child helpline numbers. All we need to do, how it can be eradicated is through our awareness in various segments as social workers or eminent leaders. We need to make people aware about the child line numbers. Like in India, we have 10, 9, and 8, 1098. So these kind of numbers, when they are toll-free numbers, kids are taught about good touch, bad touch. They know what is, as human right activist also, child right activist also, we tell them what is right and wrong, where the touch is wrong, where anything, if it is a child abuse, what is it, if it is a verbal abuse, if you're let down. So that's how we have seen children reporting to us on their own end, not telling, even if they are scared of their parents to report, because reporting is not done where there are urban slums. In villages we have we have sarpanch, we have panchayats, that is a small administrative system. But in the urban slums we have no such leader or anybody of their societal slum dwellers. We don't have any leader of as such. So if somebody is doing a child abuse, is it taking doing this heinous act, so the child is not supposed to report, because it is he or she is threatened by the family members or the people living in that vicinity. So where we all need to educate their mothers, their parents, who are usually the labor class. So abuse is not just physical, both say it is uh, deep lasting wounds they lead, even by verbal abuse. So in urban slums, mostly we've come across families with alcoholic fathers or substance abuse problems, family with spouse abuse, where there is no reporting done to the local police authorities. So these things need to be activated. As a field worker, what I see, these points are very relevant.
They're not just going to be a bookish language, but what we see in field. So when we give them this strength of not having fear of reporting, when reporting is done, there is the violence ends. There is the person who commits the crime against the victim, we do it, he's punished, and when somebody is punished, they are scared to again repeat the crime. So this is how the crime of this violence or this abuse, these acts will reduce to a certain extent. So here we need to give awareness to the women and children, the parents who have been the victims of abuse and violence. Angry words, punishing language, they leave emotional scars for lifetime on children. So even if it is a grown up girl, she will also feel very depressed. They can go into deep depression. So with this, again, I would repeat, child helpline numbers should be given, and it's in all these are available in all countries, not only in India. But these child helplines, see 911, what we 911, that's in US. So the kids, first thing they teach in the school to children is like 911. So in India also, if there is schooling, informal sectors also, we have government schools, we have some private institutions. So this should be mandatory to teach them, to teach the children about how reporting is to be done, even if they are shy or have the fear of telling their parents or the elders. So we need to turn off. Sometimes there are very violent programs on the television. So these violent shows, we should not allow the kids to watch. These days we have mobiles and different kind of things which lure children to fall prey to wrong things. So where they are trapped, and then they are misused in the society. So we need to turn off the TVs with violent shows, and do not allow our kids to stay under the same roof with that abusive adult in future, like whatever kind. So one should avoid physical punishments to the children, so that they're not having that fear of expression, or to tell if they are in a problem. So educate the children about the good touch, the bad touch. We need volunteers um, all around to get involved with the parents of such children, of especially the slum dwellers, and for the rural areas, because urban areas and cities there is a lot of awareness, and the police is also available. The media is very well charged, and everything comes into quick action. So we need the volunteers all around to tap the parents, societies, communities, where all we need to discipline our children also in, in the coming time. So these children and their families, they need help. A simple support for children and parents can be done in the best way to prevent child abuse. So when we teach them, we guide them in society. You can have a small meet in everybody's vicinity. You can just suppose somebody is living in a colony, you can all gather together. You can even call the domestic labor also, and educate them also. So be a voice in support to them in your communities. So the greater investments are needed in the program that have been proven to stop the child abuse before it occurs. So this is how we need to do proper reporting, child helpline numbers, and educate the parents, and spread a word in the society where children feel very comfortable. So children can also be emotionally abused when they are rejected, betrayed, or continuously isolated. And so for all these, we need to do, what we need to do is, like, if we ever witness a child being harmed, or we see evidence of abuse, make a report to your states, the child for the child protection services. Each country has that, each district has that, each state has that. So with those departments, as social eminent social workers, we need to keep a track of it and spread a word of awareness. So when there is awareness, there is cure. So with this, I would like also to add on to it. We need to invest in kids. We should encourage leaders and social workers, humanitarian activists in the community to be supportive of children and family friend work in the work environment wherever we are working. Also there also we need to spread this word. We need to ask our local and national lawmakers to support legislation to better for a better protection act for our children and to improve their lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mavneet Kaur, and thank you for your wonderful message. I'm so glad that you were able to touch on children, because we need to involve them in everything we do. And we need to see a way of improving our services for our children, because our children are the leaders of tomorrow. So if we don't spend time to nurture them, to guide them, and to provide all what they need, then they will not be able to meet up with their leadership for the future. And I really, really want to seize this opportunity to appreciate all the works of humanity that you are doing out there. I'm following it
Thank
up.
you.
I feel like I feel like buying my ticket and travel to India and join you in all the great works you're doing nearly every day. And guess what? Very soon you will see me at your airport.
Most welcome.
So
Most
thank you.
welcome, Queen Elizabeth.
Keep up the good works, and know
Thank you.
that you can do more. And yes, you can. Thank you so much. And thank you for your message today.
Thank you.
Yes. So I'm going to hand over now to Ambassador Nu to continue from there. Thank you for joining us. And I hope I will be able to have you again and again to come and share and enlighten us more, even about all the works that you are doing out there in the field. So you're welcome.
Definitely.
And we appreciate you. Thank you. So
Thank
Ambassador Noor.
Yes, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening from Bangladesh, whoever joined from the different parts of the world. So yes, I welcome you once again. Yes, you can International Leadership Conference, and where the theme is working is love, is to promote the peace and unity, and all that starts with the individuals as a leader. And as we already experienced, some of the eminent speakers already shared some of their views regarding different topics. So we are really delighted to have some more eminent speaker words. Before that, I want to congratulate my country, that congratulations Bangladesh for create a milestone to made a further multi-purpose bridge by its own fund. You can see the background of the picture of mine. There's a further bridge, and today is inaugurated for the southern part of our country, and it will boost our economy for the rest of the time. So thank you so much, and congratulations Bangladesh once again, and congratulations Prime Minister, whoever took the initiative and bring this dream as true. So let's move on. I would like to welcome the next speaker. So the next speaker will be the guest of honor. So she is the most viable person. She is the iconic of women empowerment. She believed that how women jointly with the man contribute the society. She is the international speaker. She is the motivator. Let's me welcome next guest of honor, Ambassador Deborah Tempo, on this stage. So my dear Honorable Ambassador Deborah Tempo, floor is yours. Dear Honorable Deborah Tempo, can you please unmute yourself? Yes, I can see you unmute yourself. Floor is yours. Yes, we can see you. So, ma'am, floor is yours. You can contribute.
Hello, can you?
Well, we can hear you.
Hello?
Hello.
Ambassador Deborah, we can't hear you.
Maybe the network issues going on. So
Yes. Is there any way you can do it, ma'am? It's gonna be a big issue here. We can't hear you. I know she can hear us, and she's.
I think so.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Oh no. Is there any way you can do it?
Let's moving forward.
Okay, maybe she can. I think we need to move forward because.
Okay, thank you so much. So let me moving forward. So I would like to welcome the next and eminent speaker.
Can you click it again? Maybe it will work. No. There's definitely. Can you increase your volume? Can you check your volume?
Dear Honorable, I just want to say, just log out and log in once again. I think it will be fine.
Okay. Can you log out and log in, please? Okay, you can call the next one. Thank you so much, our expert, Ambassador Noom.
It's may happen in the network world. Anyway, let me welcome to another great speaker. Actually, I would love to announce the next speaker, who is the professional speaker at the Force Multipliers, who is a startup mentor, coach, business storyteller, who believe learning is a constant process. So let me welcome the speaker of today, Colonel Tarun Kumar, retired Colonel Tarun Kumar from India. So my honorable will talk about how can we communicate effectively to one another. So the honorable Colonel Tarun Kumar, sir, floor is yours.
I know he's here as well. Can you unmute yourself, sir?
Yes, we can see you. Can you please unmute yourself and share your words with us?
I know we are all learning together this technology. So please unmute yourself, Cornell. Cornell Kumar. I think it's also another. Can you call the next one? Maybe we will get there. We will get there. We are not giving up. We are all here together.
All right, absolutely. we really want to hear some of their words,
yes,
because this is the conference that we are looking for.
Yes.
Absolutely. Let's me welcome another great speaker. And he is Mr. Ashish Mittal. So I would like to welcome Mr. Ashish Mittal.
Hold on a second. I think we get Ambassador Deborah. Can you speak now?
Hello, are you able to get me, ma'am?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Yes,
you can continue.
Thank you very much. Okay, so thank you very much for coming me and having me as a guest on this wonderful program. We really appreciate your work, ma'am. My topic today is talking about health is wealth. How can forgiveness contribute to the health and freedom? So when you look at what health is, according to the World Health Organization, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely just the absence of infirmity or disease. So when you look at this, is a holistic definition, which does not speak to us being healthy when we just look at us not having any disease or us not having any infirmity, but also it speaks of determinants of health that include income, social status, social support networks, education and literacy, and the environment that we live in, the social environment, the physical well-being, personal health practices and coping skills, all those are embedded into somebody who is healthy. So it is very critical that we also look at why are we discussing about forgiveness instead of us living just healthy as we are living. So when we look at forgiveness, it means different things to different people, and it involves a decision to let go of resentment and thoughts of revenge. And after experts of psychologists came together, they defined forgiveness as a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance towards a person or a group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they deserve it or they don't deserve your forgiveness. So it is humanly that we all feel hate at some point, and we cannot get away from it. But some actions, some things people do to us, they usually offend us, and they hate us. And usually they lead to us lessening the grip on who we are, and it makes us feel controlled by this emotion that comes because of somebody who has hates us. And the feelings of hate will lead us not to have empathy and not to have compassion to other people that have hate us. So when we look at forgiveness, it does not mean that we should forget or excuse the person that has harmed us or making up with the person that has harmed us. But it helps us to have some kind of peace, and it helps us also to live a healthy life. So when we look at WHO, the Sustainable Development Goal number 3 is for us to have a healthy world. And we cannot have a healthy world if we harbor feelings of hate and forgiveness and everything. So you find that normally when we get hate, we have normal reactions. And the reactions is that we have anger towards the person that has done us harm. And also we find that we resent that person, and we have thoughts to find a way of hating them back. We need to revenge because they can't do this to us. And you find that when we are hate, there are always those enormous physical burden and also disappointments that comes with the process of being hate. And gradually it develops into chronic anger, and it puts us into a fight or fright mode, which results into numerous changes, not only to the way we think, the way we do things, but also it can increase the heart rate, it can increase the blood pressure, and it also changes the immune response. And these changes, they usually increase our risk of having depression and also heart disease, diabetes, among other conditions. Am I audible enough? Hello?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
We are enjoying your message. Yes.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. You can be talking alone. Okay, thank you. I'm going to continue. So the next is I'm trying to give a perspective of the link between unforgiveness and health. We are discussing health and how can it be linked to us harboring grudges, harboring hate, harboring unforgiveness. So when you find that not being able to forgive will foster feelings of hunger, hostility, and stress, which we find that when researchers came to find out, they really impact our mental and physical health. And when we talk of our body, scientifically, I'm an epidemiologist and a nurse in background. So when you look at our body, it's made up of systems that work integrated, And when these systems are affected, it usually impacts and affects our life. So when you look at just a simple, like what happens when we get angry is that when we are annoyed, we have stress that comes in, and there's a hormone that is part of the endocrine system that we call cortisol. So this hormone will affect our brain, and when our brain is affected, it changes the mood, the motivation, the fear, and sometimes even our blood pressure is affected. And this hormone also is responsible for controlling the sugar levels in our body and how we sleep. So when we are stressed, you find that there's an increase in production of this hormone that we call cortisol. And when this hormone is elevated, we find that normally we fail to sleep, and it have a lot of negative effects on our bodies. And when we have chronic elevation of the hormone, it can even lead to some shrinking of some sides of the brain, which is part of our brain, the hippocampus. And you find that when the hippocampus is affected, you find that even the memory, you experience memory losses just from getting annoyed and harboring and forgiveness. So it usually impacts a lot on our lives. And also this stress hormone has a link that when we are unable to forgive, it can also affect even the way we act, like even our gastrointestinal system, the digestive organ can be affected just from having high levels of the stress hormone. So we really need to forgive so that we reduce these stress hormones in our bodies, and we are able to cope and live calmly and reduce the levels of us having a high blood pressure and heart attacks. So what are the benefits? We are living in a world that every day somebody somewhere will hate us by their actions, by what they are doing. And we have observed that the world is living in hate. We have seen wars that have come up from hate. We have heard of people being killed just because they injured somebody. So there are a lot of things that are happening because we are unable to forgive. We are living in a world that is stressful. So the health benefits surpasses human understanding. So you find that being close to people is very crucial to health and being able to forgive and being able to communicate with others. So when we forgive and when we are able to communicate with others, we find that we even live in a healthier relationship. We have seen with the definition of health that our World Health Organization also speaks to us having a good social environment. So our social environment leads us to interconnections with other people. When we are well connected with other people, the people that will live in our environment, it will boost the relationships and our moods will be boosted. Even our mental health will improve. That's the fact that we are able to connect with other people that are living in our environment. Also, it lessens our anxiety and it also reduces our stress and hostility. It is very important that as we forgive, we even teach the people that surround us, even the children, when we forgive people that don't even deserve our children. And people will live in awe of what we have done, even when somebody has hurt us the most that we cannot forgive. And you find that that's the act of you forgiving. It will lower your blood pressure. You will live calmly. You'll be able to operate as a normal human being. Then it will reduce the symptoms of depression. It even promotes the immune system and improve heart health and improve self-esteem. You'll be able to connect with others when you forgive. So how can we forgive? It is something that is very difficult. It's not easy, and forgiving just doesn't mean when I meet somebody who has hurt me and I say I've forgiven you, it means I've forgiven. No, you find that forgiving is a decision and it has an emotional effect. You can decide to forgive physically, decide to say I'm going to forgive this person, and at the end of it you find that your emotions will even stabilize as you forgive. So it is a process that is ongoing, and it demands that you face the person that has done you wrong and you recognize that it is an emotion inside you that you can be able to forgive them. Then you also choose not to hold it against the other person, and you release the person to God. Recognize the value of forgiveness and how it can also improve your own health. Identify what needs healing and who needs to be forgiven and for what. then consider joining a support group or seeing a counselor if you are unable to forgive and let go of the hate on your own. Then you choose to forgive the person who's offended you, then move away from your role as a victim, then you release the control and the power of offending person and situation, and you find that your health will improve because you have forgiven. So it does not just mean that forgiveness is something that is just there that we can do as an act. Even the Bible speaks to it. When we read Matthew 6, verse 12, God asks us to forgive those that injure us. And when we read Matthew 6, verse 14, it tells us to forgive all men their trespasses, even as our Heavenly Father has also forgiven us. And in Ephesians 4, verse 32, it tells us that we should be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, has forgiven us. So we all need to forgive. And when we forgive, we find relief and release of whatever hatred has been had. The dark part of our lives will be forgotten, and you'll find that it will help improve our lives somehow, somewhere, when we forgive somebody that has hurt us deeply. Thank you.
Wow, wow, you said it all. Thank you so much, Ambassador Deborah. I now know the reason why we need you here. And I know the reason why you're having problem with connectivity, because it's a challenge, but then we are stronger than every challenges we face. We are stronger than every adversity. Every situations that is showing their face, we are stronger than that, and that is why we cannot give up and we keep pressing. What a great message, especially forgiveness. Forgiveness is very important, and I believe that every one of us on this platform resonate with that topic, because if we want to love, if we want to live a peaceful life, and if we want to share love and peace in this world, then we need to be ready to forgive. And even not only just forgiving others, but forgiving ourselves. I remember I was a victim of one particular issue long, long time ago. It took me more than 10 years to forgive. But then guess what? When I forgave and I moved on from it and let everything go and put it behind me, then I gained my happiness and joy back. That is what forgiveness can do for every one of us. So I want to say thank you so much, Ambassador Deborah. I know this is your first time of coming to our conference, but this will not be the last. So because we're still bringing you back to come and share with us. So I want to also seize this opportunity to express my gratitude to Ambassador Afolabi, the president of World of Peace, Climate Change, Diplomat Organization, that has nominated and recommended you to be with us. He said, trust me, ma'am, she will give us the right words. And you did.
Thank you.
So I want to say thank you so much. You are really welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All yours,
yes.
Ambassador Nu.
Yes. Before leave, I would like to say something. So, dear Honorable Deborah Tempo, actually, how beautifully you explain the forgiveness in your decorative words. Wow. And I have to say once again, one more thing with you, that is, forgiveness is not our feelings. It's a decision we make because we want to do what rights to us. Even it's a quality decision that won't be easy, and it may take time to get through the process, depending the severity of the offense. So we have to think about all the process of forgiveness. You have to forgive each day, at least just before you sleep, because it's in a research information, if anyone forgive others, they live a healthy life, even they live more than others. So that's what we require. Thank you so much, dear Honorable, for your great explanation regarding the forgiveness. And we believe that YYCI International will get you for the upcoming any event. Thank you so much for being with us.
And I also want to quickly say thank you to Ambassador Afolabi Timothy, because I can see that he's joined us. I want to say thank you for recommending and inviting our wonderful Ambassador Deborah Tembo to come and speak to us. We've really enjoyed and we've learned from all wisdom. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, Ambassador Deborah. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All to you, Ambassador No.
Yes, let me welcome. Yes, I'm not going to say it further because I have to say so many things. Anyway, I just skip those things and let me welcome to the next speaker of the today, Mr. Ashid Mitchell. We will talk about the how can we manage our emotion. Wow, such a great topic. So, dear Honorable Ashid Mitchell, floor is yours.
Yeah, hi, a very good morning. Good afternoon. I'm actually going, it's been a wonderful thanks to Queen Elizabeth for giving me an opportunity to participate in the International Forum. It's been great listening to all the speakers so far. So most important in today's world, what we see is the quality of resilience, which is lacking actually. And I think COVID has taught each one of us that we need to build. And in fact, this is one of the top qualities all the human resource leaders are looking for people while hiring in the industry. So one of the key important aspect is how do we really manage our emotions? Because in today's world, everybody is working under high amount of pressures. Okay, there are financial pressures, family pressures, societal pressures, multiple things, and the list is endless. Still, it's important that we lead our lives with a smile on our face, have a very positive attitude, a can-do attitude. Now, how do we manage our emotions? Today, most of the people, I mean, the successful leaders, if you look at it, one thing which they have in common is they have a very disciplined life, which is something cutting across common across all the leaders. So they know very clearly what are their priorities. So if we know to manage our emotions well, our feelings, and not only that, we talk about EQ. We have the spiritual quotient, learning quotient, intellectual quotient, but then we have the emotional quotient. How are we handling our emotions, as well as how we are reacting to emotions of people around us. Okay, so there has to be a high sense of understanding, high sense of respect for the co-workers, for the people around us, because everybody's battling their own lives. We cannot look at one just with one lens, with everyone. We need to understand someone might have had a bad day with us at home or something. That's the reason he or she is kind of overreacting or something. So we need to give that a bit of space to people, rather than being very judgmental on the spot and saying, why are you like that? Why are you being rude? Because no sooner than later, you might be in their shoes tomorrow. So learning our emotions, feelings, it'll help us actually if we understand where our areas of improvements are. Because as human beings, everybody has areas of improvement. So like the Johari window, if we identify our areas of development, it helps us to be a better professionals, better people, and so that we can serve the society, we can work in a very friendly society, we can avoid stress and pressure as much as possible for ourselves and as well as for others. And last but not the least, I would like to say it's very important to keep simple living and high thinking. That's extremely important. I keep telling all my friends in the HR forums that we do not even know tomorrow morning who's going to wake up. So why carry these grudges and things and ill feelings? Do not load your heart with all these negative aspects. Load your heart with all positive thoughts. Secondly, try to make sports as an integral part of your life, because when you play physical activities in any sport, whichever you like, it will help you to release your tensions and pressures in a very positive and a constructive manner. So I just wanted to share these few words from my side, and I would like to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. It's been a great learning hearing to speakers from all over the globe. Thank you so much.
So much. We really appreciate your short message, but it's powerful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. I do agree with you. Even I have to say one thing, that if you don't manage your emotion, then your emotion will manage you. So be the emotional, you have to be expert on it. You have to be emotionally intelligent, and you have to be think about how you use your emotion, because I'm the emotional intelligence graduate. Sorry. I didn't even know that how can I react the emotion, and that is really impacted several times in the past. And now I can realize that how can I should use my emotion in that time and the situation. Anyway, we have to think about this as well. So let me would you please permit me to welcome the next speaker?
Okay.
All right, so let me welcome to the next speaker of the today. So next speaker, I would like to share the designation she actually holds. She is a goodwill ambassador, international speaker, lecturer, emotional empowerment and transformational specialist, president of South Africa at Success World One Academy, NLP master and CBT practitioner. So she is my beloved sister from South Africa, Professor Dr. Ambassador Mahdeen Mia, who will talk about how to cultivate gratitude and empathy in every we do. So let me welcome my sister, Professor Dr. Ambassador Mahdeen Mia from South Africa. So my dear sister, here is yours. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Before my sister speak, before my speaker speak, can I just quickly express my gratitude to the last speaker? Just because this is his first time of speaking to us. And I want to make sure that we appreciate his time. We appreciate his message, powerful message. And we also appreciate what he has shared with us, because emotion is very important in life. And he has shared with us how to manage our emotions. And I want us to also affirm it. Yes, we can manage our emotions. Can we all say it together, please? Yes, we can manage our emotions. Yes, it is possible we can manage our emotions. Shall we say it together? Yes, it is possible.
Yes.
And we can manage our emotions. Thank you so much, Mr. for sharing with us. It's very important that we acknowledge that, because we all need to manage our emotions. I'm so sorry, Professor Navy, for interrupting. After Ambassador Professor Navy, can we also call on Cornell, because I can see his face now. And then from there, I will make an announcement. Thank you. All to you, Professor from South Africa, my wonderful sister.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Am I audible enough?
Yes, you are.
Thank you very much. So greetings in the University of Reaching and Peace, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everybody. Let me just say, in everyone's speech today, I think there's a takeaway for everybody. So I know I have takeaways from every single person who has spoken today. And that is what I love about these transformational conferences. Every one of us learn because we grow together, we learn from each other. So if I have to go through an entire speech, I think I'm not going to do justice. So what I'm going to do is just speak what I'm feeling at this very juncture. Because if there's one thing I know is in the topic that I'm discussing today, which is love and the impact of humanity and kindness, the one thing I know is that has to come from within you. That has to be something, the source of which is yourself, you as a self. So if I have to ask the question, for example, and I ask everyone who is here now, why are you here? Why are you attending the YYCI Transformational Leadership Conference? Why are you here today? I know why I'm here. I know I'm here, for example, because I want to learn, I want to grow myself, I want to build a better me, I want to transform in some way or another, because I'm a lifelong learner. None of us really know everything, right? So this is why we do things. But why do I want to better myself and transform my negatives to positive? Purely because I want to be a better me because I love me. But that essence of love comes from within you, and trust me, it doesn't just transform itself. That essence of love has to be really brought about by something, and that is so sad because most often you have to learn to love yourself because of a circumstance you endure, because of something that you feel, something that you're going through. And I know this because one of the things I teach off what I believe, and what I believe is what I go through. So my life's example and what I've been through are my life lessons that I teach people about. And if I go back and I look at myself as an example, I ask myself, why would I go into a location to go and feed an orphan? Why would I go into an old age home to look after the elderly? Why would I, in the middle of a pandemic, decide that I want to be a frontliner, go and start to feed and kill people when I'm not supposed to be outside my home? None of these things are going to give me any money. No one is paying me for that. No one is watching me, so they're going to give me anything or reward or an award for it. Why would I do this? Why am I actually doing what I do? I'm doing it because what am I going to get out of it? I'm not going to get money. No one's paying me, like I just said. But I am going to get that beautiful smile from a little child that's going to be so grateful for what I'm going to give them. I am going to get that God bless you, my child, from an elderly person who doesn't have any visitor. I am going to get that warm prayer from somebody who's going to have a blanket that they never had before. And I am going to get that hope and resilience come through in somebody that never had that until they saw me for that day. And that has no money price attached to it. That in itself is love. That is the definition of love because I have no expectancy of anything in return. I'm going to do what I'm doing purely because I have been them, where I lay in the bed crippled and I learned and I yearned for somebody to just show love unconditionally so that I could just feel and be better again. So when I'm going to go and do this with an orphan child or the elderly or feed somebody who doesn't have a meal, etc., I'm doing it because I love. And when I see these people that I'm doing this for, I am seeing a fellow creation. I'm not seeing a race. I'm not seeing an age group. I'm not seeing a culture. I am seeing a person, a creation. Because I myself am created from my creator. And if I have to see and look at others as a person who is created by the same creator, we are all one. If I see this, then I embody love. When I'm doing for them, I am doing it because they are my fellow creator. They are my fellow beings. They are my fellow humankind. I am taught that I need to love. So when I'm talking today about humanity and kindness and how love builds that, it starts within you and from each one of us. Because in showing your humanity, your act of kindness is how you are building love. That child that I'm going to give something to is feeling unloved, and that act from me is showing them that this total stranger actually does feel my worth. That is giving love. And when you give love totally and unconditionally, as Dr. Lucas said at the beginning of this leadership conference today, that unconditional love that we're giving with no expectancy in return, and that act of kindness in the love you are sharing, that is what is building on humanity. And that's what humanity is needing. People out there need our time. They need our love. These are things that money do not buy. The time that you have right now is a gift given unto you. Your creator has given you two gifts, your gift of time, your gift of choice. What you choose to do with the time you have is so important. And if I choose to use the love within me, the kindness that I want to give out to somebody to build humanity, that is my choice, and you're doing it with my time. And in doing this, we will definitely be able to impact humanity. We will be able to give people what they need to build themselves again, because the lack of hope is sad. The lack of kindness is sad because everything is so monetary related. We're so caught up in the rat race of life. We forget the things that have no money value, but have the biggest impact: time, life, and love. So I'm going to leave it there and just say we need to be the love. We need to show this love. We need to spread this love because Love, as I said, is the essence of your being. It is you actually embodying what your creator has given you. So when you are giving that love out and your kindness to humanity, you are building humanity. And that's what we all need to do. So be the love and be the essence of the love that is within you. Thank you again to everybody. And thank you, my honorable Queen Elizabeth, for this amazing platform. I love you and I love everything that everybody is doing today. Let us all transform together. And thank you, my ambassador, Noor, my brother. Lovely to see you again. Assalamu alaikum and thank you again.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Professor Dr. Ambassador Mia from South Africa. Yes, you've said it all. And we will continue to be listening and hearing. Just as the word of God says, faith coming by hearing, and we're hearing the word of God. So also, that is why we are here, so that we can keep hearing it, keep reminding ourselves, and keep taking action. Because I believe that every one of us, there is no perfection. There is no perfect. No one is perfect. No relationship is perfect, and no family is perfect. But we can get better. And that is why we need to keep renewing our mindset so that we can transform. Transformation is a process. Yes, we are all leaders, but we don't know it all. But when we keep transforming our lives, especially in our personal development, when we keep them feeding ourselves, feeding our mind, and also taking actions, then by the time you realize it, you will see changes in you, changes in your environment. I will always say something. You cannot change anyone, but you can change yourself. And when you change yourself, then your changing will influence what's around you, who is around you. And that is why that will make us to be a great leader when we impart into other people's life. When we say we impart into other people's life, it's not just talking to them or speaking to them. It's about we living a life of an example for them to see us and also to learn from us. So I want to say thank you so much for your message today. And we wish you all the best. And we also say stay safe in South Africa. God bless you. Over to you. Okay, I think, yes, over to you, Ambassador Noor.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, sister, for your contribution, as well as YYCI International. Really appreciate your ongoing contribution. Even we are really glad to know something from you, as you are a great teacher who can explain such a beautiful way. Thank you so much for being with us. And we believe that we will have you in the near upcoming events as well. Thank you so much, sister, for being with us. So let's move on. Let's move forward. So I would like to welcome another eminent speaker, who is the professional speaker at the Force Multipillars, who is a startup mentor, coach, business storyteller, who believes that learning is a constant process. Let me welcome Colonel Tarun Kumar. I'm a retired Colonel Tarun Kumar from India, who will talk about how can we communicate effectively to one another. So let me welcome the today's speaker, Colonel Tarun Kumar from India. So sir, floor is yours.
Thank you, Noor. A wise person speaks because he has something to say. An ignorant one speaks because he has to say something. Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth, thank you for this honor and other eminent gracing this occasion. Yes, we all can communicate, provided we have the will to communicate and we want to communicate. Speaking has been integral to human evolution. How we have come across from the Stone Ages to the current dimension of human evolution. It is a phenomenal growth. Unfortunately, there is a lot of problems in this world. If we ever take a deep dive into that, we will understand most of the human problems are emanating from one thing, and that is, yes, you guessed it right. We must remember all wealth comes from adding value by producing better, faster, and simpler things than others who are in the same space as you. And how do you do that? I was enamored by this concept called an idea can change your life. Everything starts from an idea. Now, let me ask you, the idea which is inside your mind, how does it see the light of the day? The very reason that that idea comes out is when you communicate it to this word. And once you communicate and the word accepts, miracles happen. The same is true for our communication ability. If you don't communicate, you don't get the results. It's a critical skill. And once you have mastered the art of influencing, your struggles to make an impact are bearing fruit. In fact, I would like to share a very nice statistics with you so that you can understand that across the globe, more than 75% of people are afraid of snakes. That's not very uncommon. But if I tell you that even more number of people are afraid of communicating with each other, that is something which is really distressing. Today, our world is going through lots and lots of stress. There are countries fighting and there are countries waiting to pounce on each other. There are people who, in the name of religion, in the name of one excuse or the other, are becoming more and more intolerant. How can we get over these situations? The only way we can get over this situation is let's communicate. The reason why we must communicate is because we must understand that when we communicate, what happens? Now, that is very interesting to know. Communication happens because you have to have a listening skill. Most of the time, we are very much enamored by the concept of talking. I'm pretty sure, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody, there would be some of the speakers who would be literally dying to be the first one because they want to be heard. But the beauty of our conversation lies in when you are a good listener. When you're a good listener, you also exhibit one of the most important and, according to me, the most beautiful essence of being human, and that is called empathy. Being able to understand the feeling of those whom you're surrounded with. You are an integral part of an ecosystem. Today, we are living in a global world. Thanks to this pandemic, we don't have to travel from one place to another to be seen and to be heard. Thanks to this technology, which is giving us an opportunity, I'm speaking to people across 5 continents. And yet, if I'm not being able to be heard, I think either I have to change my message or I have to improve on my communication skills. So what would I do? I would improve on my communication skills. And communication skills is not only about how good I'm at English, how good my vocabulary is, how fluent I am. No, there are a whole world of difference that the non-verbal communication thing makes a difference. There are a whole lot of people who are sitting right now, nodding to a lot of things, saying like this, and they're communicating something to me and to each one of us who is present out here. And ultimately, what is the reason for us to communicate? The reason for us to communicate is to be understood, to send our message, and at the same time, make this world a great place where we all live in, I would not say perfect harmony, but somewhat there in sync with each other. We work as a team. The ability to actively engage in team building and consistently collaborating with each other can do wonders for the evolution of human race. So I'm going to share, without taking much time of yours, that how we all can improve our communication skills. We should practice active listening rather than always being in a hurry to be heard. Be patient and listen to what other person is saying. It makes a word of difference to them. And when we talk about mental health, it does make a lot of difference to someone who is going through a lot of anguish. Focus on non-verbal cues that you are giving, the kind of nod, the kind of body language, the kind of vibe that is oozing out of you makes a word of difference to people who are listening to you. Another important thing is that you must manage your emotions well. Now, when we talk about emotions, whenever we get into the flow, many a times we'll get carried away. If we are going to get carried away, we must have control over our communication. If we are not going to have control over our communication, there is a possibility that things can go off on a tangent. Hence, it's very important for us to understand that we should always be in control of our emotions. And if I tell you that all these things which we are speaking, you'll find that they all resonate with somebody who was talking about emotional intelligence, somebody who was talking about managing emotion, somebody who was talking about mental health, and all these things are a sum total of how we communicate to each other. Another important thing is that at the end of the day, when you have communicated, even if it was an informal communication, ask for or seek feedback. We are very shy of asking for feedback. I have seen in my life, I'm a military person, and they say that you can take a person out of the army, but you can't take the army out of a person. And that's what I am. If I do not get feedback for whatever I have done, I feel incomplete. And in the civvy street, in the word outside, I find people are shy of seeking feedback. Don't be shy of doing that. Ask for feedback. That is the place where maximum improvement happens, my friends. And if you are going to improve your communication skills, you can only do it by seeking feedback and indulging in it more often. And the last but not the least, and which, as Ambassador Noor rightly said, that I'm one of the speakers and I love speaking, but who doesn't? Practice speaking, practice conversing with people. It's an art, but yet it is a skill. And this is something that can be developed, improved, and you can be better at it. Converse with people from different cultures, converse with people from different nationalities, converse with people from different mindsets. It gives you a whole world of resilience when you hear views diametrically opposite to you, when you hear things which you have never heard before. It expands and it helps you to think differently. It helps you to expand your horizons. And most importantly, it helps you to be a better version of yourself. We have been communicating on this platform thanks to my dearest sister, Dr. Queen Elizabeth. And we all have been doing a phenomenal job for what we have been tasked. What is it that we want to achieve? We want to achieve peace, prosperity, and let there be no one who is troubled because there was inequality in this world. With these few sentences, I would like to thank each and every one of you to be a patient listener to my communication to you, which I felt was fructified. Back to you, Ambassador Noor.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you
Such a
so much.
constructively your share. So, sister, yes, you may say something about this.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing with us. Now I know the reason why sometimes we have challenges in connecting, we have challenges in internet and data and all other things. It's because we are doing a great job. If you are doing a great job, that's the time that you will face challenges. And you can agree with me that earlier we have called Colonel Uma to speak, and something just happened. But then, because we are in the midst of people that never give up, we are in the midst of people that are unstoppable, we are in the midst of great leaders. And that is, we are also in a platform of yes, you can. So that is why we have to just keep on moving on and never give up. In every circumstances that comes our way, we never give up. What a wonderful, great message that you have shared with us this afternoon, Cornell, about communication. It is very important that we look into it properly. Communication cannot be, relationship cannot be complete without communication. And when we are talking about communication, I will just add a little bit to say, be willing to ask questions. As Cornell have said to us, always be ready to give feedback. Yes, when you give feedback, it shows that you really grab something from that communication. You really understand what the message is all about, and you are ready to take action. Like I always say as well, always be ready to ask questions, because asking questions is for you to clarify what you've heard. Because there is no point sitting 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours, listening, and then you don't really grab anything, or you don't understand all what they've said. It's like wasting time, isn't it? But when you are willing to understand it and clarify it, ask questions and give feedback, then it shows that you are with us, and it shows that you've learned from it. So let me also, because I believe in transformation, I believe in taking action. So from what Cornell have said, may I please request a very simple thing from all of you. Please send your feedback. From feedback, we can improve. From feedback, we can understand better. So please send your feedback. You can put it on the chat box, or you can send it to us, so that we can know that you are really gaining from this transformational leadership conference. So your feedback, your reports is very important. Even your comments, even your critics, because we learn from it. We don't know it all, and we are not perfect. We are just getting better and better every day. So I want to encourage all of you, all of my great leaders on this platform, to please send your feedback. Send your feedback, your report, your comment, and your critics. That is only the way we can grow together. That's the only way we can learn together and grow together. So what a very important topic that Colonel Kuma has shared with us. Thank you so much, sir, because this is your first time of sharing on our platform, and we appreciate your time. We appreciate your wisdom, and we want to see you again and again and again. So thank you. So
The honor is singularly mine. I said, Queen, that the honor is singularly mine. I'm honored.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So I think at the moment, what's the next on? Ambassador Nu, should I share my announcement quickly?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. And after
I'm
that,
here to deliver my
Dr.
speech. I'm
Yes,
here
you are
to
going.
talk.
You
I've
are
been
going.
around for the
You are.
past 40 minutes.
You
I'm
are
here to
going
talk.
to speak, sir. We are going to speak. I just want to quickly, because we've missed one announcement that is very important that we quickly need to share before some of us leave. And after that, we just need to call one more person and then we call you, sir. Very, very quickly, we're going to call you. I know you have another conference. We appreciate your time, Professor Charles. We appreciate it. I've been looking around to see you. So thank you so much, sir. So let me quickly share the information and then we can put, we can hand over to Dr. Ika.
Yes, this is me again, Dr. Elizabeth Lucas of Falalu, the CEO of Y.Y.C.I International and the award-winning author of the book called Yes, You Can. Another book as well, The Love We Lost. So I just want to encourage, if your dream does not scare you, then you need to dream again. Your blood, the gift is in you. You are resourceful. You are blessed, highly favored. You have greatness in you. Until you discover who you are and your purpose on earth, you will continue to serve others. But you can serve others as a leader. And why are you a leader? Because we are doing something.
Yes, I just want to quickly share with you this because this information is very important. There will be, normally we do our next, first of all, let me start with our masterclass that is coming up next week, Friday and Saturday. That's 1st and 2nd of July from 10 to 1 p.m. UK time. And that will be our next Mindset for Transformation masterclass. Some of you were with us last month when we started a journey together. So all our speakers for that time are going to do their part 2 of their teaching. And I will love you to be part of us. That is next week, Saturday, Friday and Saturday. But there is something that is, let me first of all show you that. So these are the speakers, if you can remember. We have Professor Charles, we have our King, we have Bishop Nelson, we have Professor Kafita, we have Pastor Alexander, we have Pastor Professor TPS, we have Professor Reguna, Professor King, and also Ambassador Afolabi. So they will be speaking on different topics, which is very amazing. We have mindset for relationship and tradition. We have learn to learn. We have body language, mindset for prayer and peace. We have understanding as a key to peace. And we also have mindset of education and entertainment. We also have mindset for peace and unity, and mindset for climate change with peace, and strategy for healthy relationship. So you can see that it is very important that we continue those topics. So they will all be coming together next week to share with us the part 2 of this conference, of this masterclass. But may I also let you know as well that as from July the 30th, I'm sorry to let you know that there will be no Transformational Leadership Conference on the 30th of July. And from that day, there will be no end of the month, which is the last Saturday of the month conference. But what we've done is, instead of going and coming back again, we've moved everything to one day. To the one weekend. And that's the next Mindset and Transformation Masterclass and Transformational Leaders Conference all together will be on the 4th 5th and 6th of August from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So I just want to let you know that there will be no conference the last month of July. So it's very important. Also, we like to let you know as well that on the next one, which is on the last day of the conference of August, we'll be launching out our first books of our students. And they've gone through the training, they've gone through everything, and some of them have become the co-author of a book with me, and some of them also have written their own book, and they've become the award-winning author. So we'll be launching this book, The Queen and the Prince, Success Strategies, on that day by Elizabeth Lucas and Lukman Nuruddin. We also have a powerful book written by my husband, Olufemi Lucas Afolalu, titled The Power of Wisdom for Journey of Life. We also have another one by Dr. Olufemi Lucas Afolalu as well that will be launched on that day, which is How to Change the Mindset. Let's come and celebrate together during the next conference, which is going to be the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. I think I'm right. So let us come together, and then we'll be launching those books around that time. May I also use that time to say, you can also experience that opportunity. If you want to join, you can contact us. This is just the information. So we can guide you, direct you. If you have a story you want to write, or you have a poem you want to put together and make it your own book, or you want us to guide you through how you can look for designer, editor, proofreader, and publisher, or you want to make money from the books. So these are all the trainings that we are going to be doing. And can I also say, during the time of the conference, this kind of master classes as well will be introduced so that people can come and learn how to become a co-author or an author of their book. So far, these are the books that myself has also written. I've been a co-author of some of them, and I've also written some of them. And you can get those books from www.amazon.com, www.elizabethcreation.co.uk. And you can also get it if you email me. You can get some of the book version, ebook, and Kindle version. So that is the very important information that I want to put across. So I'll hand over now to Dr. Aika.
Yes, thank you so much for all that power-packed information about the books. And I'm sure we're all going to be super excited because the books, they would be containing information that is life-changing, that is transformative, as the words go. I mean, whenever we join a Yes You Can conference or a masterclass, the one word that always reigns supreme is transformation. And that is what the books are going to be, transforming your lives. Sometimes, we discover something about ourselves that we perhaps did not know. So that is the beauty of those books. So with that, greetings to all of you once again. Thank you so much, Ambassador Noor. And thank you so much, dearest Queen. Now I would like to invite, is it Professor Charles, dearest Queen?
Yes, let's invite Professor Charles, and then from there, Mr. Vigil, and then you can go on from there.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, ambassadors, leaders, excellencies, may I now invite the very special chaplain Professor Dr. Ambassador General Eboria Holo Charles, who's a motivator, who's an insurer, he's a peacemaker, a chaplain, and a chaplain ambassador. And believe me, he has this much of information to share with us. And most of the time, the time falls short. But let's hope we can get a lot, from what he has to say, because he's always there, always willing and gracious and magnanimous to share all that he knows and all that he wants for the humankind, for the peace, for world peace, for love to reign supreme. So, Professor, Ambassador, Chaplain Charles Eboria, the virtual stage is yours.
And before I could say that, and before sorry to interrupt,
I thank God for
Professor Charles is also my mentor. So I think I should add that one to it so that we can listen carefully to what he has for me and for us today. Thank you, sir.
Good day, my able excellencies and listeners, for coming to this great transformational leadership conference. Thank you, able excellency and Africa Queen, for giving me 10 minutes opportunity to express how can love unite the peoples, communities, societies, and nations. Love, as we all know, is patient, kind, without envy. It is not boastful or arrogant. It is not he-mannered, nor does it seek its own interests. Love is not provoked to anger, keeps no score of offenses. It does not take delight in wrong, but rejoice in truth. Love excuses all things, believes all things, hope all things, endure all things. Love is the energy we give and does not expect anything in return. It is better to give than to receive. When all humanity truly understands what love really is, the world will change in an instant. It is worth saying there are two main forces acting in our conceptual mind at any point of time: fear and love. Which one do you belong to? Note, when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. True love exists. It may not change the entire world, but it can change you personally. And if you must add a change to your environment or the world, then the change must begin with you. Let us always show the love of a mother to a child and to everyone we see. How? One, a mother love always sees the best in her child. It is genuine and knows no ends. There is no sacrifice too great for her offspring, even if it means giving up her own comforts. A mother putting the needs of her children before her own. A mother's love protects, cares, nurtures, and we see her child through the bad times and the good ones. Mothers love you. No matter how grown up a child becomes, her love for her child is like nothing else in the world. Let us all start working to change ourselves first by loving ourselves before starting or loving others. By so doing, there will be global peace. Love can do anything and everything. Love is God, and God is love. God said, if you love me, keep my commandment, by obey my words. By so doing, I am, and my Father will unite with you and take you to eternal life, our permanent home. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. God shows his love for us in that while we are yet sinners, Christ died for us. Since, therefore, we are now justified by his blood, much more should we be saved by him from the wrath of God, if only we unite ourselves together in love, so that peace will reign in the global world. May God, in his infinite mercy and goodness, give us his grace, his mercy, his power to always show love, so that the world will be united. And God will come to bless us as we do so with his grace and his mercy. Thank you very much for these 10 minutes. I know I have not existed it. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. My prof. For the first time, you have enough time, but you couldn't give us more. That's fine,
Yeah.
because you are teaching us again next Saturday. So I mean next week. So I'll be ready with my pen and paper to listen and to learn more from you, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, ma.
Over to you, Dr. Aika.
Yes, Ambassador Professor Charles, you said that love is energy. It truly is. It's that positive energy that gives power to our connections, to our communication, to our relationships, to everything around us. Love and love together with communication. I think these are two major things. I mean, and of course, then we spread smiles. And that's how we become unique and unstoppable. So wonderful. And yes, you said that it's better to give more than receive. You're so right. You know, there is some kind of a pleasure when you give something to someone. It could even be just a smile. But yeah, the feeling that one gets after giving that smile and seeing the other person's, you know, that reaction, the face lighting up, I think it changes, it brings a lot of magic to one's life. So yes, wonderful things you said, and truly you are a mentor and a very profound professor. So thank you so much, and blessings in abundance to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's move on. Now we have with us Ambassador Mr. Olani Odukoya from Nigeria. And he will be talking to us on the topic, how can we communicate effectively to one another and with one another? So I would request Ambassador Odukoya. I've been seeing him. He's been there for a long time, waiting patiently, and truly an active listener. Just like Colonel Tarun said, that, you know, we need to be active listeners. When it comes to communication, what is the key? The key is active listening, and he certainly has that power. So it's over to you, Ambassador.
Thank you very much. Hello? Can you hear
Hello?
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm not saying myself. Okay, all the same. Yeah, good day to you all. Are you with me?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay. My name is Odukoya, all the way from Nigeria. I'll be speaking with us on how we can communicate effectively to one another. Is a picture out? Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
I'm not viewing myself.
Respected. No, but we can hear you.
Okay, let me go ahead.
Yes.
Now, just like my good have spoken on the topic, he has really done justice to most of the items required. Now, but what I want to refer to is I'll start my lecture from the biblical quotation. Philemon chapter verse is just one chapter, verse 6, that says, "The commentation of thy faith may be become effectual by the acknowledgement of every good thing which is in you in Christ Jesus. So communication comes from what you have inside in you. Without knowledge, you cannot effectively communicate. And when you are communicating, there must be understanding. The other recipient, whatever you are saying, must understand what you are saying. So let me put you on the hot seat now. Are you hearing me? Am I audible?
Yes,
Continue,
absolutely.
continue. Time is going.
If I say that thank you for coming, if you understand what I'm saying, so the language usage is also important in communication, in communicating effectively. 4 basics in communication, which has been mentioned by the other speaker: listening, skill, empathy, non-verbal communication skill, and even teamwork. So there has to be teamwork in it. Then the other aspect I want to also measure is how to improve your communication. He has given us 5, but I want to just add one more. He spoke about practice, active listening, focus on non-verbal communication, manage your own emotion, ask for feedback, practice public speaking. But the other one I want to just add to is develop a filter. You need to develop a filter. And what do we mean when we say you should develop a filter? That's for you to be effective in that communication, you must develop that skill, and you must be able to modulate how you express your thoughts and feelings to those that are listening. What do I mean by expressing your thoughts? You must know what is appropriate to express in different interpersonal content, meaning that where you are communicating or who you are communicating with will determine the kind of words or the usage of expression that you are to make use of. If you are talking to an adult, for instance, if it's a marriage seminar, then you can talk on some things that are highly for the matured mind. So you must have certain level of decorum and avoid conflicts in that work environment or in that place that you are making your communication. Now, let me take every one of us back to when we were giving back to when we were young. As we were growing up, nobody sat us down and said, Mr. Nee, if you are moving forward, it is called move. If you want to sit down, you have to sit down. Or nobody, even your mother or your father, did not sit you down and begin to teach you your local language. In process of time, you begin to have understanding. The more you hear what they are saying, you are gradually speaking one thing after the other until you imbibe that communication skill into you. Now, where I want to dwell on because of time is there are ways to communicate effectively. What are the ways that we can communicate effectively? Or I can say we have about almost 21 ways for us to communicate effectively. Number one, you take time to think before you speak. You need to think before you speak. You don't just open your mouth and begin to say things anyhow. And after that, you now say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Be slow to speak and quick to listening. Of course, the Bible also supports that in Psalm 15, verse 1. That it supports that then you also speak to help the listener. The listener must understand what you are speaking or what you are communicating. If the listener cannot understand grammar ambiguity, you have to speak and come to the level of those that you are communicating with. You have to come to the level of those you are communicating with. Then you must be aware that non-verbal communication is always at work. What do we mean by non-verbal communication? While you are communicating with people, There are some signs like your body language, your posture, your facial expression, your dress, and even clothing. Even your behavioral pattern while you are speaking. If it's a conference that they are saying you should not be speaking and you are scratching your back or doing some other thing that will not allow for free flow of communication, then you must recognize the 3 V's. There is what we call 3 V's in spoken communication. That is your verbal, your vocal, and your visual. And they can all send negative signals if not properly managed. Then be careful to use the right word at the right time. Use the right word at the right time. For example, there's a saying that says that what you mean, say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't just speak for speaking sake. Whatever you are speaking on, be precise and be concise and just go straight, hit the nail on the head. Then when needed, be firm but factual. When you are needed, when you are asked a question or you need to express yourself on certain issue, just be firm on what you are saying and be factual. What you can support with fact is what you are to talk on. Then be good, make good use of questions. People may ask you questions in the course of your speaking or delivering a lecture. The question they are asking is the pulse of the moment, and you must be able to respond to that. You don't just push question away. You don't just wave it. You will respond to it. It's even possible that someone among the audience might be able to give an answer even where you cannot even provide an answer to it. It is not a crime. You can't be an victim of all knowledge. You must learn, be ready to learn in the course of communicating with with each other rather. Now, look for the moments of silence. That when you are speaking, there are times it will just as if everybody should be silent. That moment of silence, you can use it to hit the nail on the head, to pass out your salient, important information. And this communication we're referring to the day-to-day activities from one end to the other. If we go into what you like the ICT platform, you will be talking of asynchronous communication and synchronous communication. Now, it is referring to from the start point to the end point. So they must be well coordinated. It must be well coordinated. You are not supposed to just speak anyhow at a particular program. So communication must be inbuilt. You must have taken time to learn. You must have taken time to acquire knowledge. You must have taken time to study. You must know what you are speaking on. Take time to research on it. Don't just believe that you talk and that is just everything. To also communicate effectively with one another, the issue of emotional intelligence come into play. You must consider the emotion of that person you are speaking with. These words I'm releasing to this person. What will be the aftermath? That is the feedback mechanism. What will be the reaction from the recipient of your communication? Is the word going to bring the person down? What will be the melancholy of that person? The spirit? Is it going to reduce him to none and the person will now feel as if it's not important? Then you do not interrupt, you do not permit interruption, especially if it's a conference type. If they have questions, just tell them, please hold on. There will be appropriate time to take all necessary questions. Then do not leave matters unresolved, especially these matters will be raised by some antagonists in the course of your speaking with them. Then use paraphrasing. What do we mean by paraphrasing? You may just have to, in one word, just summarize issue. It could be a statement that is capable of many interpretations. That is a function of many factors. So what we are trying to say in summary is that for you to communicate effectively, you must be a good listener. You must hear people out. Don't believe that everything, you are the author and alpha and omega of everything. Be ready to learn. Be ready to listen to the other person. Let them express themselves. Let them express, then you contribute your own knowledge. So with that, then you can be able to be a good communicator, have a feedback ears. And I believe with all these little points, we'll be able to improve on whatever skill we need to use in communicating effectively. An open mind, a mind to receive, a mind to hear from people. Thank you very much. That is just the little I have for today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ambassador Odukoya. Thank you for what you've shared with us today. It's very, very important. Like I would keep on saying that communication is very important in relationship, because sometimes you might be saying the words or the right, you might be saying the wrong words at the wrong time, or you might not even know how to communicate it and use the right way to communicate your messages. And that is why sometimes in relationship it matters, because you might be speaking to your spouse or your children or even for your friends. You might be speaking the same language, and guess what? The language must be different. The way you speak to your spouse must be different from the way you speak to your colleagues or your mates. And the way you speak to your mates is different from the way you speak to your children. So there's different ways, there's different kinds of speaking. And also you said as well that we need to ensure that we know the right words, right language to speak is very important. I know I can't recap all now, but I would still like to give my own feedback like I've requested from others. Feedback is very important. So I want to say thank you so much, Ambassador Odukoya, for sharing with us this afternoon. Over to you. May I quickly say, apologize really, because we're trying as much as possible to cut down the time. We're trying, but because of this connectivity as well, it's dragging us a bit. So may I so apologize. May I just apologize for taking your time, because I wanted us to finish at 1 o'clock. And looking at the time now, it's 1:15. But feel free to leave if you have to go somewhere else. That's one thing. And I have seen another, our matron as well in the house. She's busy doing some things, and she's in a meeting somewhere. And really, I could have loved to call Mr. Vigil, because you are the one on the next. But please permit me to call our matron to quickly share with us, if I can get that permission from you. Okay, so let's hand over to Dr. Aika as she introduces our matron. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that.
All right. So thank you so much, Ambassador Odukoya. That was wonderful, those 21 steps of communication. Thank you for sharing that. Very powerful. And now, ladies and gentlemen, ambassadors, excellencies, leaders, let me now introduce to all of you Yes You Can International's matron, Her Excellency Professor Dr. Queen V.J. Elizabeth Caroline, founder CEO of C8 Television, Life Foundation Trust, International Royal Council from India. She's a counseling psychologist, a humanitarian, an activist, and she relies on divine energy. So may we have on the virtual platform now our very own Her Excellency Professor Dr. Queen V.J.E. Caroline.
Thank you very much, Alka, dear. Always you are there for us. Honorable Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas, my beloved sister, Honorable King, and Honorable Princess, Prince, and all the excellencies who gathered here. Is a great platform where we are addressing many topics which are very useful for the present generation especially. And we are the pioneers, like we have to transform the leaders, especially the youth leaders. So I always appreciate the Yes You Can International platform for transforming the lives of the youth especially. There are many problems which has to be addressed. I'm observing that every conference and the summit every problem is addressed. And I'm sure many youth will be learning from these conferences and summits and the classes taken, master classes taken by the YYCI International organization. I would like to appreciate from the bottom of my heart, my beloved sister Queen, Dr. Ambassador Elizabeth Lucas, for taking the conferences, master classes, and the summit. I don't want to take much time. I know the time is running. I have taken up the topic that is emotions has to be managed. So management skills of especially emotions. The minute we get up from our bed, we will be with emotions, either with the positive or with the negative. And whether positive or negative, we need to manage. We need to know how to manage our emotions. When we manage our emotions, when we develop such management skills, managing emotions definitely will be a successful person because we know how to manage and screw up the emotions. Especially youth are fallen prey to the many negative emotions which are deteriorating their life, and they themselves are ruining their life and falling prey to the different type of emotions, especially anger emotion. So I notice as a counseling psychologist, many of the young generation, that is students especially, falling prey to the anger, and they're ending up their life by not that suicide, it mainly caused by the depression, even in anger, to show something, some kind of result they want to show to the parents or to the friends, and that also making them to end up their life. And apart from that, they're trying their best level to kill the other generation, I mean their friends. So this anger emotion has to be controlled, and if they control such anger emotion, definitely they will be the best students, and they're going to support their nation and being a good citizen, future citizens. And so every emotion like empathy is a good emotion which has to be adopted. So certain positive emotions, happiness has to be adopted. So joy, happiness, peace, all these emotions has to be adopted, and the negative emotions has to be discarded from our life. So the people, especially the younger generation, should know how to discard the negative emotions from their mind and heart, and adopt or taken up the positive emotions. If they take up the positive emotions, they will be the successful, and especially in the organization, they can solve the conflicts, and they can solve the problems and make the environment very positive and peaceful, which is very important. They definitely climb the success of ladder, and they will be in the top position if they are able to manage their emotions. So that even in the family, if we manage our emotions, we have a very beautiful life, and we can have a beautiful family. And we know, just now ma'am said, that communication is an effective communication. How we have to know how to maintain our tone, talking to our boss, talking to the subordinate, talking to the family. Similarly, emotions also has to be managed in particular areas where that emotions, how much level of emotion has to be expressed, and that will definitely make our life more fruitful and prosperous. So let us take up the positive emotions and discard the negative emotions in every part of our life, and remain as a successful, and help the younger generation to tap up the right emotions and be a successful future citizens of every nation. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing with us again about emotions, because it's very important that we understand and we also manage our emotions daily, because it's very important. And how we manage our emotions reflects how we relate with others. It can either influence or deputize. I mean, it can either influence others or let others stay away from us. So it's very important what we do in our own process by managing our emotions. I want to say thank you so much, Matron, Dr. Caroline, Queen of the Moment. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Over to you, Dr. Aika.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Caroline. That was indeed wonderful, especially the bit where you said that, yes, if the youth can learn this, because that's important. They are the ones who are going to be taking, the country, the global community further. So if they learn how to manage their emotions well, they will grow up to be sane, sensible citizens of a global community, and they will be able to do their job responsibly. So yes, a lot falls on the shoulders of our youth globally. Thank you so much. Wonderful points made, and terrific. So now moving forward, may I invite all the way from India, uh, Ambassador Mr. Vijay. We would love to hear from you, and if you could just share a little bit about yourself and then talk about your topic, it would be very nice. So
Thank
it's
you
over
so
to you.
much.
And thank you for being so patient. Yes, thank you for being
Thank you
so
so
patient.
My
much.
pleasure.
Thank you for being so
My
patient.
pleasure.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alka, and thank you so much, Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas, for giving me the opportunity. Uh, Basically, we are into management training. We do a lot of management training programs, and I'm very popular in Quora. So in Quora, I have 2.3 million content views. And the topic that I have chosen today is how can love and kindness contribute to humanity and happiness? So everything boils down to this one phenomena called happiness. Are we happy in life? Are we happy in whatever we do? And then it boils down to a very simple formula. There's a formula for happiness. Happiness is equal to reality minus expectations. No matter whatever the expectations are, if we live in a world of reality, we are always happy. And the formula for disappointment is equal to expectations minus reality. So most of the time in life, we always, are in want of something. We have a lot of expectations. So let's take 2019, December 31st. I'm sure we all had a planner, for 2020. And then we had COVID, we had lockdowns. So did we anticipate? We had a lot of expectations, right? And then when we were faced, with the reality, most of them were not able to take that. You agree to this? So what is important is, irrespective of whatever the expectations are, irrespective of the destination, that we want to reach, we should understand that we should enjoy the journey of life. So somewhere, we create a garden, that's the vision, but then we miss the roses, which are there right in front of us. Present is the best present from God. It is all about living in the very moment of life. And when you're in the very moment of life, that's when, you're very, very happy as a person. So let's not forget that we have come into this world with empty hands. We will leave this world with empty hands. All what will be left behind is not the money and then the power what we make, but the good deeds that we do to the society. Since we come with empty hands and then we leave this world with empty hands, whatever we do, we are always on the profit side. We're always on the profit side. But still, we crib, we are upset. Why are we? So there is a introspection that we need to do, which is very, very important, because we're always on the profit side. And all what boils down to is what good, we do to the society. We have to keep that in mind. So let's not forget that, let's make it a note that, past is past. We cannot go back to the past and change things. And most of the time we are unhappy because we think about some of the most uneventful things that has happened in our life. And it's mentioned even in Bhagavad Gita that the negative forces in the body is most, they supersede the positive forces. So the fact is, most of the time when we think about past, rather than thinking about the best moments that we have had, we think about the worst moments that we have had. Right? So past is past. We cannot do anything much in the past. All what it boils down to is we need to start from where we are. We need to start it right now, and then take things as a challenge and then keep working towards it. It's very important. Future is always uncertain. We never know about tomorrow. What is important is what is that we are doing right now, and it matters the most. So we have something called carpe diem. So carpe diem in Latin means seize the day. Seize every moment of your life. In order to be happy, you need to enjoy every moment of your life. We need to do that. It's important. And that is where the happiness lies. Let's not forget that. So happiness depends on the way we choose to think. It boils down to the way we think. So over here, we have something called the belief system. So even before we think, there's something called the belief system. So I'll give you a very nice example. We have bumblebee. So as per the Department of Aerodynamics, NASA, they did a lot of research and then they found out that the bumblebee size and its wing is so disproportionate that it cannot fly. But then the reality is we all know that bumblebee can fly. See, thankfully, we cannot communicate to the bumblebee and we cannot pull down the bumblebee. And at the same time, unfortunately, we don't know the secret because bumblebee flies, you agree? So it all boils down to the belief system. Then as I said, happiness depends on the way we choose to think, the thought process. So from the belief system, we have what is called the thought process. From the thought process, we have something called the action. So if our thoughts are positive, obviously our actions are always positive. And then that transforms into a habit. We create positive habits in life. Our habits determine the lifestyle. Lifestyle determines the character of the person, and the character leads to what is called the destiny. So people ask me, people tell me that, Vijay, I'm not able to come out from the past. What do we have to do? So I tell them a very simple story. And the story is, there's a person named Jack. He falls in love with a girl named Rose. And then she leaves him. And then what happens is, this guy is upset, he's down. And one of his friends, he says that there's a counselor, you go and meet this counselor. He'll be able to give you a solution for this problem. Now this chap, Jack, goes to the counselor and then he tells his problem. He says that Kate left me. And then he says, I can't do anything much. What should I do? And then he repeats this. He says like, Kate left me. Please tell me, what should I do? And then he says, okay, fine. You just come down to my office at 5 o'clock in the evening. And then this chap, Jack, he goes to his office. As soon as he goes there, this counselor, he opens his laptop and then he plays a song. Everything I do it for you. And what happens is the same line, it keeps going on and on and on, the same line for 10 minutes. And Jack gets agitated. And Jack says, what nonsense is this? You called me for this. It's the same line, that is going through again and again. And why is it that you have called me? Then, the counselor says, just imagine, you're not able to take this 10 minutes. But today morning, for 1 hour, you were telling me that Kate has left me and gone. So please understand that past is always past. You just have to, what is called, we have Control, Alt, and Delete. So this particular file which is corrupted, this person, I'm talking about Jack, he immediately, presses Control, Alt, Delete, and he removes the file. He says it's corrupt. And the message is, it's the same with the past. We have to let go the past. And then always work in the present for a better tomorrow. So this is one very important lesson, that we need to learn. There's a very beautiful book written by Sean Acker. The book is called Happiness Advantage. It's an international bestseller. And he did a very beautiful research. The research, what he did was, he found out that happy people are successful in life, and it is not the vice. I'll be very happy. So in that particular book, there's a very beautiful quote. There's a person named Martin Seligman. He's the father of positive psychology. So Martin Seligman did a research wherein he observed the happiness of 272 employees for 18 months. And he found out in his research that The employees who were happy, they're successful in life. So there is a takeaway over here that it's important that no matter how the situation is, we need to accept that situation and then work towards. It's very, very important. And do you think that a successful person does not make any mistake? No, they do make mistakes, but they make mistakes once in a while. A person who is a failure, he's a failure because he repeats the same mistake again and again and again. So it is important that we need to learn from our mistakes. So Colonel was
So
telling
as I was saying,
the positive feedback mechanism. Colonel was telling about the feedback mechanism. It is important. We need to learn from the mistakes and then we have to move on. But we're not supposed to repeat the same mistake again and again and again. So there are some people, they're unhappy. Why? Just observe them because they have a habit of complaining. You agree? So again, here, I'll give you a very interesting story. There's a young chap. He's just 15 years old. He's from a very wealthy family. He wants to be a monk. So he goes all the way to a monastery and he talks to the chief monk over there and he says, I want to be a monk. And the supreme leader, he says, no, it's not possible. Don't think about it. And then, he's after him. He says, no, I want to go through the process. I want to be a monk. Then there's a condition, which the senior monk, he says, okay, you can be a monk, but the condition is you can speak only 2 words. Every 10 years, you can speak only 2 words. That's the condition he puts forth. So this young chap, he joins at the age of 15. Exactly after 10 years, he opens his mouth and then he says, hard bed. He says, hard bed.
Okay,
and
can you run up,
like,
please? Can you run up, please?
Sure. Just give me a few minutes because I'll just share some good insights.
Yes.
And then I'll quickly round it up.
Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
Sure. So I'm sorry, I'm running short of time. I just wish I had a lot of time. I had prepared for 10 minutes presentation. So I'll quickly wind it up. So he says hard bed. Then again, after 10 years, the chap, he says foot stinks. And after 10 years, the young chap who's now 45 years, he says, I quit. And then, the senior monk, he says, I knew that because all the while what you have been doing is complaining. So please keep it in mind. We can be happy only when, we stop complaining and then we start giving. There's something called the joy of giving. So I'm sorry, I'm running short of time because I had prepared a lot, in my presentation, but I've been running short of time. So there's a very beautiful story called Ubuntu. And there is one line I'll tell. There's a very wealthy person and he is like very wealthy. He's been doing quite a lot of things, but still something in his heart says that he's unhappy. Then finally his friend says that why don't you gift a wheelchair to the blind orphans? He says, I know a blind orphanage, why don't you gift wheelchairs because they want that. So he does that. He goes there, he gives, because his friend, he insists. After he goes there, when he's about to leave, so there's one blind boy to whom he has gifted. He holds
Thank
him.
you so much. Thank you so much because we need to go because the time is really random. Maybe next time you can continue where you stop now.
Sure. Thank you so much.
We've really run out of all our times today and we don't
Thank
want
you
to
so
go
much.
too
Yeah.
far.
Thank you so much.
So next
Thank
time you will also be invited to come again and then you will continue where you stopped today. So I want to say thank you so much and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry everyone if I can't call you all today because we don't want to stay too long. And I hope everybody will agree with me. So I'm just going to call on the last speaker. If Dr. Aika will allow me to do that, I'm going to call on the last speaker. But before I say that, let me also remind you that we have a master class. We have the master class on July. So you can come and join us and we will try to make up our time properly so that because we're supposed to stop this one at 1 o'clock and this Zoom is going to cut me off if I don't do the right, put the right person, the last speaker on. So permit me to just call Pastor Nelson to speak to us, to introduce all his team, which I'm going to show the picture, and we end up. So sorry about all this, but we believe that there will be enough time for speaking again, and we will hear from you soon. So I want to say I'm so sorry, Mr. Bangura, because I was hoping that you will speak here today about the drug illicit, which is very important, but I will specially arrange a special time so that you can express and share with us. I'm also so sorry for Ambassador Manat, Aneja, sorry, because I won't be able to call you now. But if you can join us next weekend, I will make sure that we call you and share with us. I also want to apologize to everyone that is still here today that I have not called. You know, that is not my style. You know that by now. I will love to call everybody, but I'm so time conscious today. I don't want to delay us any longer. So I'm also going to say, after all this, we're going to call on Ambassador Prasati to quickly say a word and also to lead us in the closing prayer after Bishop Pastor Nelson Pelton. So, sir, all yours. And please mention all our members. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. First of all, I want to greet, I can say, being an ambassador for peace, being a pastor, greetings, peace, shalom, love, salam, shanti, namaste, salamat, assalamu alaikum, and many other religious and traditional greeting according to different faiths and sects. Good morning and good afternoon and good day and good evening wherever you are. First of all, I want to say about love. What is love? Love is the only way that can unite us. Love is the only way which unite us all. And we can say, where there is a love, there is also unity, harmony, peace, love, forgiveness. And what is love? When we say love, love stands for like a L-O-V-E. L mean look, O mean observe, and V mean value or visualize, R and E mean express. So love is look, observe, value, and express. Love is beautiful, love is very special, and love is charity. We can say love never fails. And we can also say in our society, love is very important. And there are different quotes that unity is strength. And we can also say a life lived in love will never be dull. Life lived in love will never be dull. Life is the flower for which love is the honey. And all you need is love. Love is our need. Love is need in our life. True love stories never have ending. And when we see our life in different society, different people, they have different thinking about love. They love their self, and selfishness and satisfy their own desire is their love. The definition of their life about love. And the people also think that love is disposable. Love has they treated love as a text message and phone calls. And but love is very important in the world. Peace and love. Rule is also apply in caring the injury of tissues as well. That also applies in the health. And why is love needed in a community? To maintain peace. As mentioned, no society cannot live without love. And with the love of humanity, their country, people leave their differences to work together, to maintain order and peace in the society. Love is key of oneness. Love is key of unity, and speak the language of unity rather than separation. Love gives a lesson and teaching to live for the sake of other. And love gives us unconditional and kindness. And Bible says love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it does not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrong. Love does not fail and does not delight in evil, but rejoice with the truth. It always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, always and never fails. And now, when we read three things: faith, hope, and love, the best and the greatest of these is love. Love is not a simple word that we can say, I love you, but true love is through our action and truth. So, focusing on what you unite us, that is love. And we can say love gives us humility, selflessness in our life, and discipline in our life. All people in community must have equal rights, freedom, and respect before the law and in the system of society without any discrimination. So love is very important. Love, without love, we can't have peace in our life. And finally, I can say a few blessing words of peace and love for everyone. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. The grace of the Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all. Amen.
Amen.
As regard our members in Pakistan, so we can see our team for Pakistan that is very punctual and faithful in my church, and they regularly come in my online church via Skype and telephone. So I recommend these people, and hopefully I trust them, and hopefully they will be very punctual in our Yes You Can international program as well. So we have from the left side, we can see our ambassador,
Thank you so
Mr.
much.
Azhar,
Yes.
Mr. Azhar, and also we can see by name, or
Yes,
that is our team.
I'm sorry I've not been able to put the name, but next time
Okay.
I will add
Yeah.
name to it. But I just want to show their faces to say
Yes.
we appreciate your time. We appreciate working with us. We appreciate you all for joining us from Pakistan. And we also appreciate our bishop, that is the country director and the ambassador of Yes You Can International Pakistan. So thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you all. Also, I want to acknowledge our honorable ambassador from Sierra Leone, Ambassador Mohamed Kamara. I want to appreciate you as well because you also executed this YYCI, National Youth Leadership Network, Sierra Leone chapter. We have a lot of coordinators, but the next time I'm going to put all their pictures. We're trying to update their list so that we can put their pictures and their names together and let you know that they are doing great work in Sierra Leone. I also want to quickly show this to you. These are the things that they do on their own. They do the seminars together, gather the youth together. We have one recently from Sierra Leone, in-house leadership seminar, where they discuss about mindset for women's leadership and also discuss about leadership mindset against illicit drugs, trade, and addiction on youth. And I believe that topic is very important. I was thinking I will invite Mr. Teget to speak to us today, but I'm going to arrange another time for him so that he can come and express, because these youth leaders, they know what they want, and we just need to guide them and also to listen to them. We also had another one as well recently at Nigeria. Yes, You Can International, National Youth Leadership Network, Nigeria Emboyi State Chapter, led by Miss Mariam. We also want to appreciate you, ma'am, for the great work you are doing. I was there and I was really blessed because I learned a lot from all these leaders. We also had one last month as well. So, and then we have our own Yes You Can International TV manager, Mr.
Well done. We are
Idada.
proud of you. God bless
Mr.
you.
Idada is also part of what is the one behind the scene of recording all our events, and this is also what
Megha,
he's
well
doing
done. आपकी speech
to
बहुत
train
अच्छी थी
others.
और बहुत
So
कुछ
which is
सीखा
good.
और
Thank you so much.
we are proud of you.
And
God bless you.
finally, we want to appreciate our organizing team,
जी, thank you.
Ambassador
और वो बड़ा
Umadi
अच्छा था वो मैंने
Prasanti, Ambassador Idada Onfrey,
thank
and
you.
Ambassador Lukman
वो जो आपने
Nurudi,
पूरा
and
अपना
also
ambassador का
Ambassador
वो
Nur
बनाया हुआ है ना
Ahmed. They have
वो
really
मैंने
done
उसकी
a
पिक
great
ली
job
है
working with me to
तो
make this
बड़ा ही
conference
खुशी
a
हुई कि इसमें
wonderful
आपने हमें
conference.
भी ऐड किया
So can the person that is speaking please unmute yourself, because we are going into the prayer now. And then we're gonna end this conference earlier today. Thank you so much. So up to you. Now to you, Ambassador Prashanti, for the closing prayer.
Greetings to one and all. And it was indeed a great learning from today's session. Love. Look, observe, value, and express. Unconditionally, with passion and with humility. The good and the not good experiences is a journey of our life. Cultivate gratitude and empathy in what we do. Be kind and compassionate to each other with a mission to inspire, encourage, and lift up each other. Take the time to listen to someone, renewing strength and picking up courage to forge ahead. It is also a sign of strength and renewance of determination. This is exactly what we learn in today's lesson, today's conference. Let us be in prayer. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for today's YYCI Transformational Leadership Conference and making us understand thy love, peace, and forgiveness. Let us practice as thy will and delight in thy name. Bless all the participants and the YYCI families and the families across the globe. I submit everything in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen,
Amen.
amen, amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much
Amen.
for this time. I wish we could continue, but I really want to break the record. I've not break the record yet, but you need to help me next time so that we
Yeah.
can finish 1 o'clock sharp.
Yeah.
We've rolled over to 2 o'clock, but I believe that it's worth it that we wait, and I mean it's worth it that we meet up the time so that every one of us can now go and do whatever they need to do. I want to seize this opportunity to say thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. Thank you so much for making us feel like a family, because I can notice, I can observe how we all relax together to learn together and to grow together. It's very important. And I want to express my gratitude to my wonderful chairperson and co-host of this conference. I know she's left already, but I appreciate her because she has to do one thing or the other. Like I said, we meant to finish at 1. It's already 2. So I also want to express my gratitude to our global moderator, Ambassador Noor Ahmed from Blagaji. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. We appreciate how you've conducted everything. We appreciate your skills. We appreciate your growing up, your maturity, and even your skills that is being implemented in this our conference. I want to say thank you so much for your time as well. I want to appreciate all of you that are here. I want to appreciate Mr. Samuel. Thank you so much for coming. I want to appreciate Mr. Kande Kango. Thank you so much. Ambassador Sergeant Joseph, thank you so much. Professor Yates Isney, thank you so much. Dr. Professor Suraya Banu, thank you so much. Mr. and Mrs. Asgan Magic Joseph, thank you so much. I want to appreciate my gratitude to Maureen Tabazi from Georgia. Thank you so much. Miss Ajiraka, thank you so much. Mr. Huma Khan, thank you so much. Professor Dr. Caroline Quinn, our matron, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, Mrs. Robina Paza. Thank you so much. Dr. Vijay K from India, thank you so much. Madam, my honorable evangelist, Madam Victoria Ijeoma, we thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate Mr. Asa Jill. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Mrs. Ambassador Mariam Umbawike is also our great director from Nigeria. Thank you so much. Our guest of honor, Ambassador Deborah Tembo. Thank you so much. I don't know if it's Mrs. or Mr. Buzra. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay,
She's
I
from
want to also
Pakistan.
thank, I also want to express my gratitude to Professor, Captain, General Charles Ebora for your time, for your mentorship, for your leadership, for your wisdom, for everything that I can think of. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate your time. I know you have your own program today as well, but we do not take anything for granted. And we say thank you. We want to thank you all. And I believe with one accord, I want to end this conference, but Bishop Nelson is saying something quickly. Bishop Nelson, are you saying something quickly?
I just want to say thank you for everyone, and I'm really very glad to hear every speaker, and really everyone done very well. And I believe that our ambassador or our youth, especially, are like a pillar, like a beam, and without pillar and beam, peace building cannot be stand. So we need peace ambassador, we need ambassador, and we need youth leader as well.
Yeah.
So thank you,
Okay.
Queen, and thank you, Alka, and thank you, Brother Noor, and thank you for everyone who attended or who participated. God bless everyone. I
God
pray
bless you.
daily for you.
So I think if you watch your time now, it's exactly 2 o'clock here in UK. And I think we are almost 1 hour late. But I'm so sorry once again. Please accept my apology. I could have loved to keep the time, but you know me, I'm a very generous person. I want to hear everybody. I want to listen, I want to learn. That's me. But at the same time, I want to keep to the time. So exactly 2 o'clock here in UK. And I believe that we spent 4 hours instead of 3 hours. So please accept my apology. And I pray that we will meet the target and we will achieve our goals. But the most important thing is that we are all being blessed with everything they've said to us on this platform today. We've been transformed. And I believe that by the time we come back again, there will be a testimony or feedback or comment. Please write something and send to me so that I will know that you have been blessed and you've been transformed and you've been lifted up and you've been inspired and you've been encouraged and you've been mentored. Because this is a conference of transformation. So we want to see evidence. We want to see experience. We want to see stories, good stories, turning the stories around, getting better every day. So thank you so much. And
thank you so much.
Looking at it, even though I'm apologizing, thank you so much, Miss
May God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you all. And checking the participants at the moment, I can see we are still about 21. So despite the fact that I'm apologizing that we are running late, people still sitting. That is what family is all about. I appreciate you all. So permit me to end this conference. So I want to...
As I say bye.
Bye-bye
Thank you,
to
ma'am.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
God bless you.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice
Thank you so
time.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
God
you
bless
so
you.
much.
God
Please
bless
remember,
you. Thank you.
please remember
Thank you so much.
PKTT. Please keep to time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Our next master class is next week, Friday and Saturday. Please be there. And we pray that we'll finish on time. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate your time. Thank you. Right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, God bless you.
Amen.
Feel free to leave, please. Feel free
You
to
leave
leave.
first.
Hello, are we leaving?
Yes.
What else should I say? Okay. Do you permit me to end the conference? You want me to end the conference? Yes.
Yes, that's up
Can
to
I?
you.
Yes, can I end the
You
conference?
can. Yes, you can.
Because you are still
Yes, you
relaxing. You are still smiling. It's like this is our home.
Yes.
But am I allowed to end the conference?
Yes,
Please,
you can.
please, everybody
can.
say yes. Affirm it. Yes, I can.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you
Yes, you
can.
can. You can,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm
Okay,
ending it now.
bye-bye.
Have a lovely
Bye-bye.
weekend. May God bless you
You
all.
too. Thank you.
I love you all.
Love you
So can I
too.
end it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm clicking the button now. Bye-bye.
Yes,
Bye.
you
Bye-bye.
can. Bye-bye.